Boys in the back. Boys.
What is good? And welcome into the very last Boys in the Back of 2025. It's a little bittersweet. Looking to, maybe a little break. Distance makes the heart grow fonder, but also going to miss getting to do this and missing all these beautiful faces watching us. I am one of your hosts of the Boys in the Back, Connor Burks. Joined alongside me, as always, Mr. New York Rick. How we feeling, man? Last show of the year.
Bittersweet, as you said. Like, looking forward to having a little bit of time off, although that doesn't feel like it's around the corner just yet because we've got still a lot of things to do for the shows, but also going to miss this. Like, we put in a good amount of work this year.
Who the fuck is we?
Including Frank and including everybody in the back for this show, and it will be bittersweet to not be doing this for a bit.
Frank, how we doing back there, man?
I'm doing great, man. Got a tonic espresso after lunch, feeling the vibes, feeling great. Thanks for asking.
Wow,
no better way to digest a slop bowl than a nice espresso tonic.
You're damn right. Can you imagine it right now for yourself?
We're back to Chatty Frank. Like, before, it was like Chatty Frank made his debut.
Look, man, you're just telling me to shut up.
Then it went to like, I'm gonna give you nothing, Frank. Like, yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah. And now it's back to Chatty Frank.
Now we're getting the coffee order and everything that you ate for lunch and breakfast and all of that. 47th episode of the year of The Boys in the Back. Confirmed by Mysterious Frank. He kicked it off with, we've done 49. This is actually going to be our 50th episode. I was like, wow, this is huge. 50 episodes in a year. And then he comes back 10 minutes later and he's like, actually, we've only done 46, so this will be 47.
47 is still pretty strong.
47 pound for pound lists. Out of everything, I think that is the most impressive of all of this.
Yes, probably.
47 pound for pound lists, and we have one more today. Finales, in honor of our finale, in honor of the UFC's finale, in honor of John Cena's finale. Pound for pound finales. What does that mean? TV? Sports?
Who knows?
Movies, theatrical releases, music. You're just going to have to tune in to find out. We'll also talk about John Cena's final match briefly. What we can talk about, We're not Raw every week, guys. We're not tuning into SmackDown on Friday night. But
I feel like you've been tuning into more wrestling lately, though.
Yeah. But it's just more than none.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only thing there. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about PFL Lyon, 2 title fights on that one. We'll talk about UFC Apex 112. Plus, if you saw the thumbnail, are there too many new champions in the UFC? We'll talk about all that, but we got to get into some news and notes off the top. First and foremost, Kron Gracie, who sat right here just a few days ago interviewing before his VFL fight, featherweight championship bout over at VFL, has been called off. Last night, we got some reports that he was not medically cleared by the New York State Athletic Commission. Those have come true. He has confirmed on his Instagram story, as well as VFL's Instagram. He is out this Saturday night, which is a bit of a bummer, but they say they want to get him booked as soon as possible in the new year.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It seems like all the promotion was kind of around that. Obviously, we had him in studio, and he's going to be the biggest name that you're going to have, and the thing that's going to draw the attention and the eyeballs and sell the tickets. Hopefully, VFL can still put on a great show, but certainly a hit, right? Like, he is the man that this was built around. Hopefully, he can get back in there. I mean, we don't really quite know what the medical issue is at the moment, so I'd be curious to kind of find out what was going on. But for now, Kron out of VFL.
Unfortunate to see. I actually had to break the news to someone here at the office that was going to go to the fights. Our boy Leo, shout out. Leo. He was going to go to the fights this weekend, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to see Kron this weekend. I was like, well, if you're going to VFL, you're not going to see Kron, unfortunately. He is not going to be fighting this weekend. Some other news. Islam Makhachev in a video posted by Red Corner MMA, a great Russian YouTube outlet, media source for all MMA news, talking about who he's going to fight next. And he is still adamant on Usman, not just because it's a legacy fight, but he believes that that is his toughest test in the division. Here's the quote from him. I said I wanted to fight Kamaru Usman next. In my opinion, Usman would steamroll through these up-and-comers, Michael Morales, Carlos Praches, the striker. Those guys haven't been checked yet. I think Usman would be the hardest fight for me in the division. We could build it up like former champion, the most title defenses in my weight division. We could promote this fight and make it fun to watch. So when he says the most title defenses in my weight division, is he talking about him at lightweight? Is he talking about Kamaru is the most title defenses of any active welterweight? I'm not sure what he's saying, but like essentially former pound for pound great, current pound for pound great, legacy fight on the line.
Yeah, that's kind of how he framed it up, as the legacy fight. There was a part of the quote that we omitted, which essentially said, I know the media has been talking about this and not really like in favor of this, but this is what I still want. So he's hearing the murmurs, he's hearing the noise about the fact that people seem to be, especially in the media, right, seem to be opposed to this fight, seem to be opposed to Kamaru Usman getting the title opportunity. But he's laid it out that it's what he wants and exactly why. So fair enough. I don't agree, but fair enough.
If he wants it, if Usman wants it, if Dana White wants it, then that might be what we're getting.
Certainly.
It feels like that's
manager. It seems like you could make it happen.
He also had some comments on Arman Tsarukyan. He said he doesn't understand why the UFC doesn't give Arman Tsarukyan a title shot. They make more and more fights that I don't understand. While also mentioning a fight that is getting potentially made that I don't understand. Let's be honest. Arman isn't going to fight anytime soon. It's Pemblet versus Gaethje. Whoever wins gets a title shot at Topuria, meaning one more year of layoff for Arman. It's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough.
We need to get the Islam It's Tough drop in Russian.
I don't think that's it.
Arman should probably wait a bit and be patient. Obviously, he's out of the 155 scene now, so he can comment on this as an outsider looking in, and a man who was supposed to fight him back in January. But yeah, they make more and more fights that I don't understand, while
trying to make a fight that nobody understands
is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, again, as you said, he's an observer now. He can kind of call whatever he wants at lightweight. I think as we've kind of talked about, last week we did a whole thing about like the craziest things that are going on in combat sports. To me, the Kamaru Usman one, while I don't like it, has some semblance of sense. Arman Tsarukyan not being involved anywhere in this title picture and Dana White essentially being like his number one ranking means nothing is more bizarre to me than anything else that could happen, including a Kamaru Usman title shot. I just don't understand how Arman Tsarukyan has gotten into a position of just being like in no man's land.
And then you get that little sprinkle on top of Dan Hooker having a fight the week after 324.
Exactly.
When he's the one who got battered around.
And Arman could have fought. Arman's fine. So it's bizarre, but we make a lot of these things. We tend to get, everybody gets up in arms about that. It's like, no, this person deserves it now and it has to happen, blah, 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 blah. The fight will happen. Let's say it's Kamaru Usman versus Islam Makhachev. Let's say it's not Arman Tsarukyan getting the next title shot. And then after that, things can resume order and everything will be fine. We just have to wait a little bit for some delayed gratification, but things will work out in the end.
So same page, but also the different page from one Islam Makhachev. Some interesting comments there. Some more interesting comments. Dana White sat down with the Mac Life's Oscar Willis.
Yes.
And we'll play two videos here. First one, he clarified his comments on the altercation that him and Francis Ngannou had in his office. Here's what he had to say.
So safe to say, no interest in bringing him back. Better interest. You know?
I don't know how I can make it any more fucking clear.
I do wonder how PFL feel about him going out and saying that his contract's nearly done.
There was nothing that made me happier than throwing that guy over to the fucking PFL.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, if we let guys go, feel bad for the fucking company that gets them. We let them go for a fucking reason.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't have to let anybody go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to be in business with guys that I don't like and that I don't think are good guys.
Okay, so that was actually his comments on Francis going into the PFL and him having essentially no remorse with sending him over there. Strong comments.
Yeah, strong comments beyond no remorse about him being over there. Like, he made that very clear. He also then said, how much clearer do I need to make it that this guy's not going to be back in the UFC, right? We had Francis Ngannou on the show yesterday. He spoke to Ariel. Ariel asked him many, many things. Over the course of that conversation, it became clear that Francis's time with the PFL is potentially coming to an end because it seems like his contract is coming to an end sometime this spring-ish. Potentially fight or no fight. I don't know what the sunset clauses look like in PFL. I don't know what that exclusive negotiating period is. I don't know what Francis's individual contract looks like. But when asked, point blank, Ariel asked him, is there a chance that he doesn't fight again before that contract expires? And he said yes, but he would like to fight. Like, let's not kind of explore that option. So we'll see what the end of Francis Ngannou's current contract with the PFL looks like. Maybe he re-signs with the PFL. Maybe there's a different route he takes. Who knows? But what's interesting is, even with that like crumb of potential for Francis Ngannou to be a free agent again, Dana White was like, yeah, no, that guy is not coming back here. Don't like to do business with people who are not good guys. And that's kind of been his thing about Francis Ngannou, is just, he's not a good guy, he's not a good guy, he's not a good guy.
Another interesting part of that is that he said that feel bad for whoever gets who we let go, because we don't need to let anybody go. I just thought that was a very interesting comment, and it doesn't make me feel any differently about the Francis thing, because yesterday when the interview was taking place, Ariel was like, "Oh, that gets us excited," and Francis is like, "Don't get excited. It's me versus John Jones is almost certainly not going to happen."
Yeah, I think Francis is very aware of kind of where that situation stands. I don't think it's impossible, but based on these comments from Dana White, I think it's very, very unlikely. Although I will push back a little bit on Dana's like, yeah, you know, these guys are garbage who leave the UFC. God forbid anybody pick these guys up. Meanwhile, we have guys who like leave the UFC, come back, have spectacular runs. Like a Brandon Moreno was like discarded by the UFC and then brought back and was a champion for them for so long. Like there's not 100% truth to the idea that it's just like, if UFC gets rid of you, you're an absolute garbage can. Like it's just not real.
Bit of a lack of professionalism there, but you know, it is what it is. All right, now here is his comments on clarifying the altercation that him and Ngannou had during Francis's time with the UFC.
Let me be clear on something too. When I say the physicality, it's not like Francis Ngannou came in here and like threatened us, you know, or did anything like that. But as men, everybody who is a man knows there's these situations with that, you know, we're in there and he's telling me that I deserve the 50,000. I want the 50,000. I said, and I get it. This guy fought whoever the fight was on the card, we had determined that they were going to get the 50,000. And I'm in there with them for however long we're talking, and I'm like, I'm done. And I had another meeting. So, and this guy just used to wander around UFC headquarters like this was his house. This guy literally spent the whole day here. Breakfast, lunch, fucking dinner, you know. So I started to walk out, and he put his hand on my chest. He says, "We're not done talking yet." And I said, "Oh, we're fucking done talking." Mm-hmm. You know, it's not like, you know, Francis Ngannou came in here and was like physically, but that's what went down.
So safe to say, no interest in bringing him back. Better just, you know.
I don't know how I can make it any more fucking clear.
All right, so his original comments on the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz seemed like it was a little bit more violent, a little bit more aggressive from Francis Ngannou.
He left it to imagination. He said, put hands on him. So it's like when you think of Francis Ngannou putting hands on somebody,
grabbing by the collar, picking him up like a movie scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like the Dana White, Mike Tyson PJ video where it's like, that's my seat, get the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was more of just like stopped and was like, yo, bro.
Hold it right there, Dana. Yeah. Like the famous Tony Ferguson. Hold on, I'm still talking, brother.
Hold on,
bro. After Francis Ngannou was on the show yesterday with Ariel, a lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people were discussing how Francis Ngannou came off. Got a lot of text messages about Francis Ngannou. I think one thing that is very clear here is Dana White is very willing to come out and talk about this situation, right? You mentioned it on the Flagrant podcast. He continues to talk about how Francis Ngannou is not a quote-unquote good guy. Again, like the evidence seeming to be that like one time he told him, stop, I wasn't finished talking. And Francis Ngannou is not, right? Like when Ariel asked him, hey, do you want to say anything in response to Dana White here? Francis Ngannou kind of just said like, I don't really like have interest in talking about this. The UFC HQ has plenty of cameras, so if that happened, let Dana White release the footage. That was kind of his stance, and I don't know if that did him any favors, right? A lot of people's minds have been kind of swirling and wandering on the basis of that because it wasn't an outright denial, right? Francis didn't go, I didn't do that, and nobody should talk about this again. Dana White's lying, and now everybody's kind of jumping to conclusions. It's unfortunate because that allows then Dana White to go out and say whatever he wants to say, and that becomes the official record, right? Every time Dana White has now talked about this, people are going to go, well, Francis didn't have anything to say about it, so if Dana White's saying that, he must be the one who's telling the truth. So we're in this weird position where Dana White's kind of like sculpting the narrative around this, and Francis doesn't seem to want to like combat that. But at the same time, I don't fault Dana White from the perspective of if he doesn't want to do business with Francis Ngannou, UFC has all the power in the world to be able to not, right? That's up to them. That's up to Hunter Campbell. That's up to Dana White. That's up to the executives at TKO. If they don't want Francis Ngannou ain't coming back. It's as simple as that. Like, he can't force his way back into the promotion. So this seems like maybe we're just better off with them as separate entities.
Yeah, nor do they have any obligation to do so, like you said. Like, they have all the power. I mean, and Francis doesn't have to do business with the UFC.
That's right.
I did find it a little bit odd that Francis wasn't just like, yeah, bro, that did not happen.
I get it I understand Francis is in a very tricky position, right? Because he has to kind of play this game. If there's a world where he can get a John Jones fight, it doesn't behoove him to now get into a war of words with Dana White. So I think people reading it as this, like, oh man, he didn't say anything, so he's damned. Not really, right? Like, he's in a very precarious situation. If his contract is indeed running up with the PFL and he's going to go into a period where he has to negotiate with all different parties, you want the UFC to be one of those parties that you can negotiate with. Hell, you may want to even pursue an opportunity back with the UFC and get into position to fight somebody like a John Jones. You're a big enough name, heavyweight desperately needs it. It would behoove you to do that. So it's a dicey game that Francis has to play. And also, I think he's probably just sick of, he's been out of the UFC for years now. He's probably sick of the idea of, like, I keep getting pulled back tied to the UFC in this regard. Like, everything's about, like, how I exited the UFC. I went out, I boxed Tyson Fury, I boxed Anthony Joshua, I had a MMA fight for the PFL. He's done some things in the time since, and he's probably just sick of answering it. It's a very complicated kind of situation. I don't envy the position Francis Ngannou's in, but I ultimately agree with you. I can't deny that I don't know if he did himself any favors with the way he kind of just didn't describe the situation.
Also, doesn't it just show the power that the UFC holds with the fact that, like you just said, boxed Anthony Joshua, boxed Tyson Fury, won a belt in PFL, dominant first round finish, and almost everything still just goes back to, UFC. Is he coming back to the UFC or not?
Yep.
The exit of the UFC.
No, it's powerful. The UFC has a huge amount of power in this combat sports industry, and it's about to get a lot more with this TKO boxing and the potential passing of the Ali Revival Act.
One last bit of news here, actually involving our good friend, our old partner in crime, Mr. Mike Heck.
My man.
I'm going to let you tee this one up.
I just found this quote. We have a quote here from Diego Lopez, which came from an interview with my guy Dennis at Submission Radio. The quote is, "Of course, I think Movsar Evloev and Lerone Murphy deserved the title shot, but the UFC came to me because I had a great win and I took it." This particularly struck me, one, because, like, great sentiment by Diego, right? Like, I think those guys probably earned it, but guess what? Like, they came to me. I'm not going to say no. I don't think anybody would fault him for that, right? I think there's a lot of people who have an issue with the idea of, like, Movsar and Lerone getting passed over, but I don't think anybody looks at that as like, yo, F Diego Lopez. Because he's a freaking exciting fighter. He puts on amazing fights every time he's in there. His first fight with Volk was an all-timer. No issues with Diego Lopez. And B, because he's kind of acknowledging, hey, maybe I wasn't the number one choice for this in the fans' mind, but they came to me with an opportunity and I took it. So I thought it was very gracious by him. But it struck me because I remember, and I want to give flowers to Mike Heck, at the time that Diego was, like, first talking about this fight on social media, he posted something that was essentially like, it's my time. I forget what the exact post was, but Mike's response to that on X was the following. I'm not sure it's even him posting this because it came from Diego Social, but if it is, it's an awful job. I can't believe it's this difficult. All you have to say is, hey, I understand the outrage. I was just as surprised as you were, but I'm not going to turn down a title fight. Babyface move. Stock actually rises a little bit. Whoever's guiding Diego, please give me a call. Happy to help. That's kind of verbatim, like, not exactly word for word, but it's pretty damn close to what Mike essentially laid out. And I believe he got killed for that, to the point that Jason House even came after him and was like, you're crazy. These are the flowers for Mike Heck. He suggested that Diego take this route. Diego ends up at some point now down the line taking this route, and he got killed for it. So I'm here for you, Mike. I've got your back. I think that tweet was deleted after the exchanges with Jason House got a little bit contentious, but I think he was right. Babyface Diego is a lot more likable, and that was a great kind of hearkening back to me, where I was thinking, shit, didn't Mike Heck say that? And then everybody came for his neck on it. Well, guess what, Mike? We've got your back. Diego ended up saying it.
Shout out to Mike Heck, man.
Shout out to our boy.
Stay in your base, Mike.
Who is he? My man.
My man. One last thing here. Also from the Oscar Willis Dana White interview on the Mac Life.
Damn, Oscar been busy, huh?
It's the same interview, but a new quote has come out on Dana White clarifying that there is no bad blood with Arman Tsarukyan.
Okay.
Because you know what I didn't do with Arman? I didn't cut him. We're not sideways with him. We do not dislike him.
That's it? That's the whole quote?
That's it, man.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
what I said. I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ. All right. I guess that gives me a little more confidence. But how about we love him? How about not that we don't dislike him? How about our amazing lightweight, who could be the best lightweight in the world is incredible.
Look, we don't dislike him, but at the same time, we also don't like him.
And we didn't cut him.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't cut the guy who could be the best lightweight in the world? Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. It's very bizarre. It's the behavior around Arman has been extremely bizarre to me. And no, despite Dana White saying we're not off sides of them and we don't dislike him, I get the sense that they do dislike him. Dana's made it pretty clear, in fact, it came down to the fact that he pulled out late of that title fight that was lined up with Islam Makhachev. And when you're the UFC, your business is built around making these fights happen. No matter what, we're going to put on the best fights. They're going to happen. You're going to see them. And Arman compromised that in a way. Now, Ariel made a great point when we reviewed this earlier this week. It was either on Monday or Tuesday, where Dana was touting that when Moicano stepped in, the numbers went up, the ticket sales skyrocketed. So Arman kind of did them a favor, it sounds like, the way Dana was trying to frame it at that time. Maybe that was bullshit at that time. But either way, the friction between the UFC and Arman Tsarukyan just doesn't make sense to me. I get it if this was a year ago. If this was a year ago and it was you think the UFC likes Arman Tsarukyan, I'd be yeah, it's probably pretty tough for him right now. He needs to kind of get back in there and dust himself off and get a win. Time has passed. The guy's got a huge win. He's been only growing in terms of stardom. These videos that he's making on social media, everybody consumes them the way he consumes the food. There's no reason to still be upset with Arman Tsarukyan. There is a point where he will probably be your next champion. I think he's the best lightweight on the planet right now. And if he gets in there, he might have an opportunity to prove it. It'd probably be better if we just kumbaya and put all this shit aside. Maybe this is Dana White's version of it, but I don't believe him, basically. I don't believe that he's still friendly with Arman Tsarukyan.
Yeah.
Doesn't hate him, though.
I was going to say friendly, definitely not. Maybe he doesn't dislike him.
I don't hate him. He's not cut. You could say that about 99.9% of the roster. And 90 of it is because he doesn't know the names of those people on the roster. There's 10% of the roster he'd know. The 9.9% of those, I don't think he hates.
You're saying you think Merab ran up to him after the fight and was thanking him and stuff, and then when he walked away, Dana looked at him and was who the fuck was that?
No, but some guy from the prelims, if he ran up to Dana White, I'm fairly certain he wouldn't.
All right, so we'll see what happens there. We'll see if in 2026 Arman Tsarukyan does get his title shot. That feels inevitable at this point. Obviously had the one at the beginning of 2025, had to pull out due to injury. We'll see what happens in 2026, which is a perfect segue to the discussion I wanted to have. Are there too many new champions in the UFC? So in 2025,
yes,
we just talked about titles changing hand. Let me just break it down for you. Heavyweight, John Jones vacates to Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall becomes the undisputed heavyweight champion. I guess he retires.
Do you know when that, do we know the timeline on that? I've forgotten.
June.
Okay, so
yeah,
in June that happened. Okay.
We got to see an undisputed heavyweight title fight. Unfortunately ends via no contest due to eye poke. Tom retains the belt.
Yeah.
Light heavyweight, Alex Pereira changes hands to Magomed Ankalaev. You get the Anu. And then we get Anu again, changes back to Alex Pereira.
When did those happen? When was the first fight?
That was March. Gives
First
it
fight.
to Ankalaev.
Okay.
October, back
Brings
to
it back.
Pereira.
Okay.
Middleweight, Trigus Duplessis defends against Sean Strickland in February and then changes hands to Hamzat Chimaev
That's right.
in August.
Yep.
Welterweight, Bilal changes hands to JDM in May. JDM changes hands to Islam in November.
Yep.
Lightweight, Islam vacates. Ilya defeats Charles. That's in June.
Yep.
Featherweight, Ilya vacates. Volk beats Diego Lopez in April.
Yep.
135, Merab, 3-time title defense in January, June, October, and then ultimately loses to Piotr Jan in December, title change, and new. Pantoja, 1 defense earlier this year, and then Josh Van becomes and new, obviously due to injury, but still and new, our new champion at flyweight. Over to the women's.
Yeah.
Zhang, one title defense, vacates.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Dern defeats Virna Jandiroba. Then at flyweight, Valentina, 2 title defenses, 1 in May, 1 in November, and then bantamweight, Juliana Pena, and new to Kayla Harrison.
Wow.
So in total, there was 8 title defenses in the UFC in 2025, and I believe there were 11 new champions.
Wow. That is a crazy year.
This is another graphic here as well. Among the active champions of their current belts, none of them have a title defense. So Tom, undisputed heavyweight, does not have a title defense. Islam, welterweight, does not have a title defense. Ilya, lightweight, does not have a title defense. And then obviously Volk regained the belt.
Yeah.
Alex Pereira regained the belt. Van, new. Jan, regaining the belt after years away. Hamzat, new. No active title defenses among male fighters.
It's a very startling graphic to see. It is a little bit misleading, right? Can we put that back up? I just want to walk it through. Because Alex Pereira, many title defenses in that weight class, but not current, right? It's not an active streak. Islam Makhachev, many title defenses in the weight class down, but not in this current one. Volk, many title defenses in the weight class where he's champion, but not in this active streak. Ilya had 1 title defense, 1 or 2. He had 1 against Max at a division down. So,
and then Petr Yan
did Jan have any?
No.
No, his first defense would have been Aljo, right? And then he lost that?
Correct.
Yeah, so it is a little bit misleading from that perspective. Like, it almost makes you feel like they're all brand new. None of them have been champions, but like we have some guys who have actually been quite long reigning champions. But at the same time, that turnover is the part to focus in on. Not necessarily like the title defenses themselves, but the fact that even those guys who are like established names either lost the belt and had to regain it to start a new streak, or came from a different weight class and had to start a streak in a new weight class. It has been crazy, the upheaval.
Now, this is from a stat from Twitter that says the number of new champions in 2025 was 11, setting a new record. The previous record was set in 2016. 10 champions.
Wow.
2016 considered one of the greatest years in MMA history.
So 11 is Magomed gets it, then Alex gets it, right? So that's like a 2. That's a 2.
I guess let's see. Tom, now undisputed.
Just takes it.
Magomed, Pereira,
Yep.
Hamzat, JDM, Islam, Ilya, Volk, Jan, Van, Dern, Harrison. That's 12 right there. So I think that's probably counting. It's not counting the Magomed. Alex thing.
Take but then why would it count the? Oh, I guess it would count. It wouldn't count the JDM to Islam because Islam was already a champion, and then it just folds into the lightweight one. But yeah, that's very fascinating, and I wasn't aware that the last time that something of this magnitude had happened is 2016, but I guess it would kind of make sense.
I actually don't think this is an issue at all for the sport because, like you said, like it's kind of misleading on the no title defenses.
Yeah.
You have these superstars in Alex Pereira, in Islam Makhachev, and Ilya Taborya who have defended the belts. Volkanovski has defended the belt. Petr Yan is a 2-time champion now. Hamzat Chimaev is a star in his own right. So it's not like we're just getting a bunch of like, no offense to like a Josh Van, but he's more of an unknown compared to those other guys. It's not like we're just like, oh, like, who are these champions here? Like these are long reigning people. You know, Aspinall has been holding a belt since November of 2023. You know, just no active title defenses. I don't think it is an issue at all. I actually really love the parity within the sport.
Okay. I'm playing devil's advocate here because I actually haven't thought about where I stand on this. I think it's kind of a complicated issue. I want to ask the question so we can arrive at a conclusion. Is there a problem if the UFC can't have dominant champions having long title reigns because that is how the stars are developed, right? If we think about the John Joneses, the Demetrius Johnsons, the GSPs, the Anderson Silvas, these guys became those legends, those heroes of the sport by continuing to show up and rack up the title defenses. Look no further than Merab, right? We're looking at his activity and going like, wow, this is the guy. He finally felt like he was getting some momentum toward that superstardom. He finally felt like he was becoming a guy that was going to be a household name for the promotion and then lost it. Is there a downside to not having those long runs that propel many fighters into stardom?
So that was actually the genesis of this idea was that because we aren't getting these long title reigns that like you're going to have an issue building these stars. But I think because of guys like Islam and Ilya and Alex Pereira and guys like this that it isn't an issue. I actually think the major issue is if you go through it, John Jones vacated, Islam vacated, Ilya vacated, Zhang vacated. You're seeing these people having to vacate these belts as they go for 2 division championships.
Yeah, and Zhang, like, by all accounts and what we assume to be happening, is going right back to that division. She vacated it to take one fight in another division and then likely come back to that division. It really is like let's say she just held her belt, or even they establish an interim title. There would have been no change in that division, right? It would have been just Zhang Weili as remaining as the champion, and everything would have resumed fine. So I think you're right to narrow in on, like, maybe the vacating is the thing that's making it seem like there's more upheaval, and also kind of the cog in the machine and the issue. I don't know. I do feel like it would be nice. I would like to see these champions kind of just be like in their divisions and go for these runs and not necessarily have a look at the divisions up. But it's hard to then argue against the greatness of an Ilia Topuria or an Islam Makhachev, right? Climbing up and achieving that goal, seeming like they were ready for the moment and now staying in those weight classes. But I don't know. I think the year after is the year that you find out. I think it's not like the year itself where all the upheaval happens. It's what's going to happen next year. If we start having all this turnover again next year, then I might get a little bit concerned. But I think it's more of a let's wait and see kind of how this shakes out. If Islam just becomes a 170er and is racking up title defenses again in that division, then it's like, okay, like it's fine. All's good. But if these titles keep changing hands and keep changing hands, it'll be interesting. Another thing I was thinking about, and you mentioned this word when we were kind of talking about it behind the scenes, was parity. Do you think that parity is responsible for this? Like, do you think, I feel this way about a lot of other sports. I feel like the metas of some of these sports have been figured out to where everybody plays a similar style, and the gap between the best teams and the worst teams is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, right? The way that you achieve victory and the overall level of talent and skill across these sports is raising and raising and raising, to the point that even the very worst teams in a lot of these sports are still pretty damn good, way better than the teams that used to be like the Washington Generals of back in the day. And so I wonder if the parity is that everybody in the UFC is so fucking good now that, like, anybody could kind of be champion. The worst guy in a weight class is usually pretty damn good, to the point that when you're looking at the top 5 of weight class, most of these guys could be a champion on their best night.
I see yes and no to this one, because like if you go to 125, it's like we didn't actually see Van Best Pantoja. When you go to 135, there's sort of this built-in excuse of like, well, Merab fought 4 times this year, dude. He was way too active. Like that's why he was like kind of off on the night. But then you go up to 265 and you look at the Aspinall-Cyril Gane fight. It's just like people had built Aspinall into this Terminator in their head, and then when it's close, it's like, oh shit, like these guys actually are this good. And the fighters know that they're all this good, that they're all like this close. Like Tom Aspinall gave him the proper respect. Merab, even after his Corey Sandhagen title defense, was like, bro, I can lose any night. Any one of these nights someone can get me. And turns out that night was 2 months later.
2 months later,
Petr Yan gets the best of him. So it's like yes and no, because then you have Volk returning and like, now he's champion once again. Like and Islam has been dominating everyone. Now, like some are closer than others. Like, you know, he gets into some wars, but like, man, you talk about like a difference between like a number 1 versus like a number 10. Like Moicano stepping in on short notice stood no chance against Islam Makhachev. Yeah. That, like he was going to run through him any day of the week.
Let's limit it to top 5. And I want to do like an exercise with it. Like, could Amir Albazi, Brandon Moreno, Manel Kape, Tyra be champions?
Absolutely, yes. I think Amir Albazi is kind of on the back end of that, but like we've seen Brandon Moreno go to split decisions with Pantoja. He could beat Pantoja. Like on the right night, he could absolutely beat him.
Or Van.
Or Van. Yeah, the current champion, I'm sorry.
What about like a Song Yadong, Corey Sandhagen, Sean O'Malley, Umar Nurmagomedov?
Most of those, yes.
Yeah. What about Aljamain Sterling, Lerone Murphy, Yair Rodriguez, Diego Lopez? Movsarevlov.
Again, most of those, yes.
What about
like Volk is not going to be bigger than like a minus 300 against any of those
most
guys.
Of those names. All right. What about Patty, Justin, Max, Charles, Arman?
Patty, Justin, Max, Charles, Arman. Yeah, dude. Yeah,
I feel like that one. The story's a little unwritten on the Patty part of it, but like you think about a Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira, championship legacy. Arman Sarukian, definitely. All right. What about Bilal, Michael Morales, Shavkat, Ian Machado, Gary, Jack Della Maddalena? Brendan Allen, Fluffy Hernandez, Sean Strickland, Nasruddin Imavov, Dricus Duplessis.
Okay, maybe not because that's Hamza Chimaev.
Touche. Jan Blachowicz. Wow. Jan Blachowicz, Khalil Roundtree, Carlos Oberg, Magomed Ankalaev, Yuri Prohaska, Alex Pereira. That one needs some work. That division needs some turnover, needs some work. But like a Carlos Oberg, right? That's not out of the question. A Magomed, certainly not out of the question. Yuri might be tough sledding just because it's Alex again. And then Waldo Cortez Acosta, shout out to your boy, going to be champion, obviously. Curtis Blade, Sergey Pavlovich, Alexander Volkov, Cyril Gane. This division also needs some help. But like my point being, and I'm not even going over to the women's weight classes. Let's do it quickly. Amanda Lemos, Yan Shannon, Verna Janjiroba, Tatiana Suarez, Zhang Wei Li. Certainly Zhang Wei Li could probably be a champion in that division.
Probably.
Barber, Blanchfield, Grasso, Silva, Manon, Fierro. The top fives of every single one of these weight classes, I do think on their best night could be a champion. And I don't know if I would have been able to say that for a long time in the UFC. I think we've reached a point in this sport, like we have in other sports, where like the depth of talent at the top level, right? Not necessarily the middle, not even necessarily the bottom, although I do think the floor is raising, is so good that there is parity. There really is this idea that like on a given night, a lot of these fighters could be champion. If a fighter has an off night, their worst night, Merab Dvalishvili, who's walking through everybody, on Piotr Jan's best night, that guy is a champion. And he showed it on that fight on Saturday. So I do wonder if the parity is catching up to the point that, like, will we ever have a guy reign again? Will a Pantoja or a Merab or somebody like that ever be able to rack up title defenses in that way? Or are the challengers that are going to come up in these divisions just so fucking good at this point that you can't really do that anymore?
Right. Is the new, 12, 10 title defenses
like
now
five or six?
5 or 6?
Yes.
I'm wondering if like that is now the barometer for greatness. Like, you look at some of these older ones where it's like GSP had 10 title defenses, 12 title fight wins. Demetrius Johnson had 12 title defenses, 13 title fight wins. It's just like John Jones over the course of his career, how many times he's defended his title. It's just like, how was this even a thing? And then like you have guys like Khabib where it's like 3 title defenses.
Yeah, 3 or 4, I forget.
And then it's just like Islam all-time great. It's like 4 title defenses. It's just like, are we at that now where the pantheon of greatness is just 5 or 6 title defenses?
I think we might be.
Usman, Izzy, these guys only got to like 5 or 6.
It just becomes so hard. And famously, shout out to another colleague of ours at MMA Fighting, Jed Meshew, has always said, like,
my man.
Shout out to Jed. Has always said, like, the double champ thing is nice and it's cute and it's a good achievement. But much harder is to stay in your own weight class and defend against challenger after challenger after challenger after challenger. Because the hardest, in addition to just like everybody's so good, you get a crazy thing that just happens like a Pantoja, where it's just like in your 5th or 6th title defense, all of a sudden your arm just like your elbow dislocates. Like it's just
Johnson
impossible.
Pointed that out. Watching it, he was like, "Oh, my title defense streak is intact," and I just want to say, like, whatever you think of my competition during that run, I still had to go in there and defend again and again and again and again and again. And it's to the point of 12. And now it's just so difficult. But at the end of the day, I think parity it's good for the sport in terms of how interesting it is, how exciting it is for us fans. But also to your point, racking up title defenses, becoming multi-weight champions is also a way to build stars. Merab is never that star if he's not as active as he is, just winning title fights. I mean, from September to October, I think he won 4 title fights.
It's very difficult. I think the UFC is insulated in a little bit of a way, and it was a calculated move on their part. They have always made the UFC brand the star, right? Regardless of who the names on the poster are, right? Save for like a Conor McGregor, the UFC is still the biggest brand, right? There's nobody who's really bigger than the UFC. If John Jones goes away tomorrow, like he seemingly did, the UFC is going to keep going. They're going to keep churning out fighters. They're going to keep churning out stars. They made the UFC the brand. Again, save for like a Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor might be equivalent to a UFC. He could go out and start something on his own and do business, no problem, just fine. By doing that, you insulate yourself from like, we need this guy to be champion, this guy to be champion, this guy to be champion. Like this whole narrative was around like Sean O'Malley. It's like, he's the UFC's pet project and they're going to keep him as champion no matter what it takes. Eventually he has to fight Merab and eventually he might not be champion. But they've insulated themselves by going like, if you tune in on Saturday night, you're going to see two of the best fighters in the world competing for our belt, and may the best man or woman win. And we're just going to move on and move on and move on and keep that aggressive schedule and just keep churning them out. If people continue to have faith in that UFC product and the UFC brand to deliver that, also some of the craziness like helps, right? It's like, holy shit, Merab lost his title. Like that also helps a little bit to a degree. I think they've insulated themselves from like needing people to go on the long runs. But I do think that the best way for a fighter individually to become kind of that God tier type guy or girl is to go on that type of run.
I'll always say it. In my short career as like a diehard every single fight card fan, quickest way to build a star is to just win fights by finish, get on the mic and say something afterward. That is the formula to success. Show a bit of personality and win fights by finish, and people will love you eventually.
It's a good formula.
Get into wars and people love you. Look at like all the fan favorites. They get into wars, they win by finish, and they show their personality.
Diego Lopez got a title shot off it when everybody else was like, Mamsar and Lerone. Now, I'm skeptical of how many people were actually saying that as opposed to pretending to say that and being like, they got jerk jobbed. Like, I can't believe this happened to them. By the way, I'd rather see Diego. Like, I'm skeptical of how many were like the truthers on that scenario. But to your point, Diego Lopez has made himself a fan favorite extremely quickly, and it's no surprise to me that he's in this conversation now.
Going to be fascinating to see how many new champions we get in 2026. I think we, at our prediction show at the beginning of the year, I think we all said different numbers. I said 7, and I was off. And I said
you said over 7?
Yeah, I said over 7 the most. I think it was just
we guessed the number
precisely 7.
Okay.
Eric had the least. He had 4.
Wow.
Oof.
Wow.
Not right.
Yeah, not right. Neither
you got
of us
the breakout fighter though.
Actually, it was a boys in the back math equation. 4 + 7, 11. So we actually were pretty close.
Did it. All right, teamwork.
Pretty close. Who was his breakout fighter?
You know.
Touch math.
There it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was breakout fighter.
No. We'll talk about it. Let's talk about it later this year or early next year.
Let's talk about UFC Apex 112, the final UFC show of the year this weekend, taking place at the Warehouse in the desert. No better place to have it. And we got a banger in the main event. Brandon Royval taking on Manel Kopp. And I just have to say, Eric Jackman, what am I missing on this line, man? Brandon Royval, plus 250. Plus 250. This man has only lost 2 champions. Joshua Van, incredibly close fight, your current flyweight champion. Pantoja, the one before that, and Brandon Moreno are his losses in the UFC. Twice to Pantoja, I believe. Manel Kopp's best win is Asu Almabayev.
I will add to what you're saying here.
Minus 300?
Okay, let me add something. Typically, when you do this person has only lost 2,
yeah,
it's always like it's like a consolation prize. It's like look, they're really good, and they've only lost to these guys. And it's always like really good guys who are championship level, and typically they're not there. But to add to your case for Royval, his wins are good too. Like, this is not just he only lost to champions. No, he's also beat champions or like top challengers. His 2 latest wins, he lost that crazy fight to Joshua Van where they both
which
put up
literally
200.
came down to like the wire. It was 1-1 in the third, and it was like a super close third round, and then Joshua Van ends up dropping him with like 20 seconds to go. Like an insane fight. 200
combined significance, 200 each significant strikes between the two. They went to war. Shout out to Joshua Van for getting it done, but like Brandon Royval was could have been a rightful winner of that fight. Tatsuro Taira, Brandon Moreno, then the loss to Pantoja's before that, but then you go down to Mateus Nicolau, Matt Schnell. Like, these are the cream of the crop in the flyweight division. His wins are very, very good. In addition to like potentially close losses, like even against Pantoja, it's like. The last Royval fight with Pantoja wasn't like some kind of like whitewashing, you know. It was he did very well in that fight, and so I'm not ready to like toss away Brandon Royval because of that. Like, I'm not ready to just be like, yeah, he can't quite just like get over the hump. No, I think he's good enough to get over the hump, and I think a guy like Manel Kopp is a perfect opportunity for him to kind of show, no, I'm actually at this level. Like you think I'm the guy who it's like, I can't quite make that leap. I actually think he might be able to be the guy who can make that leap, but he just needs another crack at it. One more time.
He's only 33 years old.
Yeah.
I like the grappling and the striking. Yeah, Manel Kopp, like probably more powerful, a little bit faster.
Power's on his side, no doubt. Kopp has the power advantage.
But I think Brandon, he could put up the volume on it. He
Yes.
could take this to the ground. Like he's a complete game. We've seen him go 5 rounds a couple times. Like I wouldn't be shocked if this fight is much closer than the odds appear. And I'm actually going to pick Brandon Royval to upset Manel Kopp here.
I'm kind of with you because stylistically, my fear with Manel, like I think Manel Kopp is very, very good. He's an extremely slick striker. He's a great grappler too. And he's just a difficult guy to deal with because of that power and physicality. The problem with Manel Kopp is a problem that Brandon Royval has the perfect answer for, which is volume. Manel Kopp's a guy who likes to pick his shots, and when he picks his shots, they're extremely powerful and they're devastating, and he's very slick with it. But over the course of this fight, the volume is going to be coming from Royval, and he's not afraid to get hit, as we saw in the Josh Van fight. Like, he will plant his feet, and he will go to war with anybody. It doesn't really matter.
The concern there is if he plants his feet and Manel Kopp lands the proper shot and puts him out.
That has a chance of happening, and that's why I think the line is what it is, right? I think Brandon Royval's style is going to play a little bit into Manel Kopp's hands in terms of Kopp doesn't have to chase him down, right? There's some guy, when you're a good counter striker, when you're a guy like Manel Kopp who can sit on shots and wait for somebody to make a mistake and then snipe them, the thing that you fear the most is not like the guy who's going to be in your face. The one that you fear the most is the guy who's going to try to stick and move too, and he's not going to do anything, and you're not going to be able to track him down because he's kind of been bouncing around the whole fight. Brandon Royval is not that guy. Brandon Royval is going to bring the fight to Manel Kopp. To me, it's going to come down to, can Manel Kopp land that shot? If he cannot, I think he's going to have numbers put on his head. I think Brandon Royval can do that to pretty much anybody in this division unless you take him down to the ground and just kind of control him there. He's going to be coming at you from jump. The moment that first bell rings, he's going to be on your ass. And so I think it plays into Royval's advantage that he has a guy who's not going to match him volume for volume in the way that Josh Van did, because Josh Van threw it back at him and landed the harder shot. But will he put himself in danger and potentially get clipped? Yes, he will. That is the reality of what this fight is going to be, and that's the reality that Royval is facing. But his chin's been pretty damn good. I think it'll probably hold up. If he gets dropped, I'm not scared that like he'll remain down unless it's the absolute kill shot from Manel Kopp. So, like you, I kind of even favor Royval outright. I kind of think that he's the guy that I've seen do better work in the octagon. But that power is such an equalizer for Kopp. He is silly with it.
Honestly, you talk about his chin. Like, he has one technical knockout loss in his career, and it was a shoulder injury to ground and pound against Brandon Moreno. Rear naked choked by Alexandre Pantoja, and then everything else were decision losses. Yeah, I don't know, man. No matter who you're picking, whether or not you think Manel Kopp, the line is justified and he's going to blow Brandon Royval's doors off, this is a banger fight. This is a great fight. Fantastic fight. Flyweights getting in there and just scrapping. Like, fast, high volume, twitchy, powerful. It's fantastic. I think it's a great final UFC fight of the year. Who I think is going to win? I'm going Royval.
Same.
I'm going Royval as the dog. Manel Kopp also, not for nothing, the Asuma Wabayev fight, some eye pokes there at the end, leading to the finishing sequence.
Sure.
Nah, I'm just saying. I thought we cared about eye pokes around these parts. Another banger in the co-main event, Giga Chikadze getting Kevin Viejo, 16-1, only loss on Dana White Contender Series to one Jean Silva. Not too bad. Getting Giga Chikadze, who's lost 3 of his last 4, now 37 years old. I favor Viejos. The only thing that does worry me just a little bit is the veteran prowess of Giga Chikadze in the UFC, and also he is going to be 5 inches taller than him and have a sizable reach advantage as well.
On his best night in his prime, Giga's a very dangerous guy and somebody you don't want to be in there with.
Especially a dangerous striker.
In the striking, he's a glory kick, a high level glory kickboxer. I do not believe that we're in that era anymore. I do not believe we're in the era where Giga can kind of punish a guy like this. So ultimately, I don't think he's going to be successful.
Hot take is the golden age of Georgian MMA behind us.
No, stop.
I'm just asking the question.
No. Ilya's still champion.
Okay. Some will claim Spaniard.
Splitting. We're giving half.
Rob will be back.
Rob will be back, maybe champion again.
Roman Dolidze, dark horse at 185.
Yeah, I mean, how many times are we going to hear that before it actually like turns into anything? I don't know about that. And then that's fine. We're okay.
I'm very excited to watch Kevin Vallejos work.
Yeah.
Exciting fighter.
I think Kevin gets it done.
Has personality. 16-1. I think he gets it done. Kind of a
4 years old.
youngin, man.
It's a young man's game, unfortunately. It really is.
As most things are in life, but fighting especially is favorable for the young man. Next up, featured bout of the evening: Cesar versus Cesare. Almeida, Oleg Shayshuk. Another fight that I think will be exciting just because Cesar Almeida, as we know, nasty kickboxing, can get finishes. And Oleg Shayshuk kind of likes to throw caution to the wind and just let it rip out there, which could benefit him if he's able to finish Cesar, or it could not if Almeida is able to land the proper strike on him and knock him out.
Yeah, another one also where we've got 25 years old versus 37. Like, you know, the young lion is coming for the old lion's head. Although, yeah, well, who do you favor in this one?
I feel like Cesar Almeida, I believe he is a dog as well in this one.
He is a dog, yeah.
I'm leaning towards him just because I think Oleg Shayshuk is going to get a little reckless and he's going to get caught.
I was thinking the same thing, but he's not the favorite, so I was a little surprised. But
it's a dog-eat-dog world at the Apex, man.
Yeah, they have the young bulls up. I'm like you. I think Cesar is going to be able to get it done, but it's not a lock by any means.
Honestly, dude, the top 4 fights on this card are pretty nice.
Yeah.
Morgan Charrier against our boy Melky Costa.
Shout out Melky.
This is kind of like a flip a coin and just hope for the best. Like 2 dudes with really nice resumes, but like they also have losses. I think Charrier is at 11 losses and Costa's at 7. But I'll ride with Costa just because he's been good to us. I've picked him as a dog a couple times. I kind of enjoy him in that spot. 4 straight wins for him now. Plus, like sometimes Morgan Charrier like can be a little bit inactive. And, like,
I was just about to say,
like, fuck, man.
You said Melky's been good to you. I'm picking Charrier, who's been horrible.
I was just about to say, I feel like you've picked Who was it that I was like, nah, stop, dude?
It was me
it Nathaniel
against Nathaniel Wood?
Yes. I was like, Nathaniel Wood plus 175.
I will never stop believing in the last pirate, and he's never failed to make me look like an asshole.
I don't want to like. I also enjoy him, but it's like. He has so much like swag and like personality, and like you really want to cheer for him, and then he gets in the cage sometimes and you're just like, man, the personality didn't match the energy going into it.
It's that, but it's also like within the fights themselves, he has these flashes and these moments of brilliance that make you go, oh, this is the guy. Like, I see it. I get it. It's right in front of me.
He knocked Nate Landwehr out last time in a fight of the night.
Yeah, but here's the problem, and it's the same thing with every fight with him. Until that point, there were some moments of like, like,
what is he doing in there?
What's he doing? Huh? Like, sometimes he has these advantages that he doesn't utilize. Sometimes he's just like, it seems like he has a game plan that's different than probably the ideal game plan to take the fighters out. But talent-wise, when he's at his best, when you see those flashes of brilliance, you understand why he has that swagger. You understand why in the gym, he's probably the guy that kind of like bullies everybody. He's probably the guy that is like one of the hardest sessions for everybody else in the gym because he can be that on his best night. And so I'll never stop trusting and believing in him, no matter how many times he makes me look silly. So I'm going with the last pirate.
Is this the best nickname matchup on the card?
What's Melky's nickname?
The Dalmatian.
I mean, that's pretty fantastic.
Yeah,
considering the origin of it. So it's a pretty fucking
Last
great.
Pirate versus the Dalmatian.
It's a great nickname off.
A great fight. Both guys coming off of Fight of the Night bonuses in their last fights.
Yeah, you knock out Nate Landwehr. That's something.
They're going to be up for one in this one, I think, as well. And then we have to talk about it. Rick's main event.
He's back, baby.
This is his Super Bowl. The return of the next heavyweight great, Marcus Buchecha, taking on Kennedy Nzechukwu. Last time we saw Buchecha out there, I believe it was late July, UFC Abu Dhabi, a sweltering summer day when Buchecha came onto the scene. Just like the guy's got to get takedowns or he's fucked. That's as easy as a breakdown as you can make. If this guy does not get takedowns, he is fucked.
Okay, let me ask you a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Because I agree with your opening premise, which is this guy's got to get takedowns or he's fucked. Is he any good at getting takedowns?
No, especially if you go back and watch the first round. I was sitting down. It was one of those. I was visiting one of my friends in South Carolina, none of them really watch UFC. Like to the point where like we were watching the card and like it was like it wasn't the Robert Whittaker RDR fight. Like it was one of the bigger name fights. Let me pull up that card real quick. But like I'm sitting with them and like as we're going through the card, they're just like, oh, like have you heard of this guy before? I'm just like, yeah, dude, I've heard of every guy on this card. Like, what are you talking about? It was. The main event was Robert Whittaker RDR. Oh, dude. And then it was like Piotr Jan Marcus McGee. And they're like, you've heard of this guy? I'm just like, yeah, dude, I've fucking heard of this guy. I've watched
Which
many
one
of
was
his
it,
fights.
Marcus or Piotr?
Yeah, just both of them.
Both
they
of
were
them.
like,
Oh, you heard of either of these dudes?
Crap. Like, yeah, like Bryce Mitchell, Saeed Nurmagomedov. They're just like, you've seen this guy fight before? I'm just like, yeah, man. Yeah. I'm a diehard subscriber to Arcan Sanity, dude. Come on, man. Of course I know him. This whole card.
Like, oh, my favorite podcaster. I know him.
Like the whole cards, you knew everyone. Billy Elikana versus Ibo Aslan, Tabitha Ricci versus Amanda Hebos.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, man, I don't know any of these guys. Anyway, Buchecha's in the curtain jerker. We're gonna go to the beach. I was like, I'll stream the prelims from the beach. We'll come back for like the later main card. But like we're getting ready.
Yeah, Buchecha's gonna sub him in 30 seconds. I'll just go to the beach.
I was like, yo, this dude is making his debut. He is like a demon on the mat. Watch this guy. He is like the next at heavyweight. Like this guy's about to fucking put on a show. Wait for this, man. First round, 0 for 6 on takedowns. He's fucking waddling around like trying to grab a single. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is why the sport isn't growing. I was like, God damn it, Marcus. What is happening?
I remember vividly the text from PT Carroll while the fights are going on.
He was your parlay pal pick. The text and then also the tweets. People were like, I bet my life savings because of y'all's breakdown of Buchecha. Like, what the fuck am I going to do? Yeah, it was so bad. But then he comes out in the second round and he gets a takedown and you're like, watch him work. Yeah. Watch him work. And like, he kind of just like controlled for like a couple minutes. Like he completely sold out, shot his entire load to get the one takedown and did essentially nothing with it. Loses 29-28. And now he's back against Kennedy, who is going to be like 3 or 4 inches taller than him and have like a 6-inch reach advantage. Yeah. The game plan, if you're Kennedy, is just like, it should be the Michael Morales game plan against Sean Brady.
Michael Morales.
Just stand there with your just ass out, just like, come on, Marcus, let's do this. And just stay at range and just grab his face off.
Or the Brandon Moreno Tyra game plan where you're so tight and low to the ground that there's no space for him to even get down there.
Yeah. He's got to get a takedown.
He's going to box his ass up, probably. But if Marcus Buchecha grabs a leg and finds a way to get it to the mat, I'm just saying.
Here's the fucking sickest part about all this. Marcus Buchecha opened as a plus 220 underdog. He has been bet all the way down to a plus 108. People are like, buy low on Buchecha, baby.
Buy the dip on Buchecha.
We're saying all this too. Buchecha's going to go out and put on a masterclass. He's quick blast double, dump him down, and then just isolate the arm bar just like 45 seconds.
And he's going to get on the mic and be like, Tom Aspinall, I want you. Last time, I had staph infection and I couldn't even fight.
I want to apologize to everybody in Abu Dhabi. I had norovirus, a staph infection. Me and my wife were in a huge fight. I wasn't in a good headspace. I'm back, baby. Buchecha's coming for everything.
Okay, but I think this is one of those fights that I wouldn't feel really comfortable betting on anybody because
there's no chance I'm touching it.
Yeah, Kennedy's not exactly like the guy who always makes you feel good about it. Kennedy's going to try to box him up, might be successful, or Buchecha's going to try and get him down and sub him. Those are the only 2 outcomes in this fight. Like, there's really not a middle ground. I don't think maybe Kennedy can actually finish him. When he wants to, Kennedy's pretty good at putting stuff together, and especially against a guy like Buchecha who I don't think is going to offer much back on the feet. But God bless, he has a problem that a guy like a Moreno, or not Morales necessarily, but Moreno in the fight with Tyra had a good position because he was able to kind of like minimize the legs, right? You're minimizing the space. You look at Kennedy.
Oh, he's gigantic.
He's just too big. He's very big, and it's going to be hard for him to minimize those opportunities for Buchecha to get in on his legs. He has to, though. That is his path to victory.
I actually have control of how this fight goes.
Oh, okay.
I place a wager on Kennedy, Buchecha will dump him on his ass and choke him out in 90 seconds. If I bet on Buchecha, he will go 0 for 18 on takedowns and get his nose jabbed completely off of his face.
Let me throw something crazy out there.
Yeah.
Just for the lulz, just for finding out what the universe thinks, Bet on both sides in equal measure, and let's see the best man win.
Draw.
Draw.
I feel like come Saturday morning, I'm gonna end up just for the I hate my life making a Buchecha wager.
Fuck it. If you do it, I'll ride with you.
just for the absolutely just like I don't value American currency anymore. I'm gonna place it on
Perfect.
Buchecha.
Text me when you're putting it in. I will match you.
I can't wait. Let's keep rolling. Late edition, Lance Gibson Jr. Making his UFC debut, which means him and his father, Lance Gibson, become the third father-son duo in UFC history, joining Randy and Ryan Couture and Gilbert and Elijah Smith to both fight in the promotion. Lance Gibson, here's another little stat for you. Last time he fought in the UFC, December 16th, 2000. 2 days away from being to the day.
Holy shit.
25 years later, Lance Gibson Jr. makes his debut this past February, he made a strong push, making a bunch of promotional videos to try to get into the UFC, calling out Dana and Sean Shelby and Hunter Campbell. He wanted to be on that card because he grew up in Seattle. That's where he was born, 10 minutes from the Pledge Climate Arena or whatever it is. Doesn't end up working out for him. Now he gets King Green on pretty short notice to make his debut, but happy to see him in the promotion. Don't know if this is a great starting point for him. Like, he's only got 10 professional fights. Like the last time he fought in Bellator, he got knocked out in 60 seconds. And
Tokov's very good, though.
Tokov is good. I will give you that. But like Bobby Green is also good. He's a 50-fight veteran. He's been in the UFC strike force since I was a youngin'. So like the experience of Bobby Green makes me think that he probably gets it done here.
This is a very tough fight for a guy, as you said, whose experience is like very limited. Even in Bellator, right? The only name on here that I'm putting any stock into is Tokov, and he got beat up. He then went to, by the way, like one of the greatest fight promotion names I've ever seen, Muckleshoot Fight Night.
I need a Muckleshoot shirt.
Shout out to Muckleshoot Fight Night. He fought twice in Muckleshoot and won those fights. But yes, the difference in level of competition is one of the like craziest that I can think of. Like this is going from regional to one of the most experienced guys in the UFC. One of the guys that has like really, and not only just the UFC, even prior to that, Strikeforce and other promotions as well. Like Bobby Green is as battle tested as they come, and that's the guy that you're stepping in there with. This to me comes down to, we're going to find out if Lance Gibson Jr. has the skills and the talent, if Bobby Green is still Bobby Green. If King Green is still King Green. That's he is not Bobby Green anymore. He is actually literally a different person.
My man. We're gonna find out if Bobby Green is still Bobby Green.
He's not.
Wait, what was that? Oh, he's literally not Bobby Green anymore? He's actually King Green now? Okay, we're not going to find that out.
We're going to find out if King Green is still Bobby Green, the guy who won all those fights. But what I'm trying to get at is he's 39 years old. Like there is a point where the veteranness, all those number of fights is actually a detriment and not an advantage. This may not be that fight, but there is going to be a breaking point where King Green is just not able to rev that engine up to that point anymore. And so there's a critical kind of like tipping point happening here, and he's getting a guy who might just be young enough and ready enough, even if he in his best day, King Green would have like blown the doors off him.
39 versus 30, but 50 pro fights versus 10.
It's very this is as steep a climb as they come, and I think it's kind of like saying what they thought of Lance Gibson, right? They did not seem to, he was not one of those names that as soon as Bellator fighters and PFL guys started becoming available that they were like, we have to have this guy, and they're putting him in there with one of the toughest matchups you can get from a experience perspective.
You're getting a guy from Muckleshoot,
Muckleshoot.
Which I've now confirmed Muckleshoot is a casino resort in Auburn, Washington.
We need some
near
swag.
his hometown. He was fighting at Muckleshoot. Yeah, a Muckleshoot casino resort hoodie would go hard. I'm down for that.
Hell yeah.
Be like, oh, you went to Muckleshoot to gamble? It's like,
gamble?
Nah, dude, I went to Muckleshoot Fight Night 9 to watch Lance Gibson Jr. before he made his UFC debut. Thanks, though. Also, not for nothing, Seattle Times, Best of the Pacific Northwest, winter 2024 and 2025. Shout out to Muckleshoot Casino.
Best casino.
And resort. Yeah, not just Best of the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, like one of the best things that you could do.
The People's Choice.
Holy shit. Yo, do we need to
Holy
take a trip to
shit, is
Muckleshoot?
actually right, dude. I'm looking at pictures of Muckleshoot Casino and Resort. Bro, you're sitting at a bar and you're out looking at beautiful evergreen trees and Mount Rainier in the distance.
Yeah.
Shout out to Muckleshoot.
Did we just like work up like a let's take a trip to Muckleshoot?
They won in the Seattle Times Best of the Pacific Northwest People's Choice Award polls. They won Best Casino, Best Hotel View in the State, Best Resort, Best Romantic Getaway, Best Table Games, Best Day Trip, Best Casino Entertainment, Best Casino Spa, Best Place to Work,
Holy
Best
shit.
Salad, Best fucking salad is at Muckleshoot Casino and Resort, Best Fine Dining, and Best Chicken Wings. Holy shit.
Okay, let me just ask something.
Wow.
Let me throw a potential question out there to you. Is it possible that Lance Gibson could have signed somewhere else, but actually just ended up at Muckleshoot to fight there and go to Muckleshoot Casino?
This is fucking amazing. Those are all the categories that they won gold in. I mean,
Who knows what they won silver?
best in silver: hotel, paying slots, date night activity, wedding venue, breakfast, chef, steakhouse, sports bar, dessert, concert venue, nail salon. Bronze in best sports book in the state, best family getaway, best sushi.
Best
Fuck,
sushi.
man. Yo,
All right.
we got to get to Muckleshoot.
I'm throwing a Hail Mary out there. If you are a viewer of this show or any of our shows, the Ariel Helwani show, The Crack, watch parties, whatever, if you consume any Uncrowned content and you work at Muckleshoot Casino and Resort and Hotel and everything else, please get in contact with me. I feel like we need to
God,
make
if
this
you've ever
happen.
been to Muckleshoot.
Nah,
Also,
I don't want to hear stories. I just want to go.
not for nothing, man. That's the bronze, silver, and gold. Platinum in name. Muckleshoot is
Muckleshoot.
an all-time name, man. Fucking hell.
Shout out to
I gotta get out to the P&W, bro.
Have you
Plan
ever been?
your visit.
I've never been.
No, I've never been. It seems amazing.
All right, I think we need to book that.
All right, and there's your Lance Gibson Jr. King Green breakdown.
Muckleshoot Casino review.
Look at that fucking place, man. Look at the mountains
God
just peeking
damn, what
over
a
its
view.
shoulder.
I understand why they won
Whew.
gold for best view. I get it.
Best in the Pacific Northwest.
Because if you're on the back side of that, I mean, I don't know what the side facing us looks like, but if you're on the back side of that and you got the window view to those mountains right there, you're doing all right.
Dude, there's someone out there that lives in the Pacific Northwest listening to this and is just like a diehard Muckleshoot fan, and they're just like, yes,
I've been saying
finally,
this.
Somebody. All right, let's go to the prelims. Just a couple fights I want to hit on here. Amanda Lemos taking on Jillian Robertson. Robertson on a 4-fight win streak now gets a shot to become a top 5 strawweight. I think she gets it done. Lemos 4-4 in her last 8. Talk about getting older. She's 38. I feel like her best days are behind her. Jillian Robertson has looked like an animal as well.
If Jillian can control where this fight takes place, and that would be primarily on the ground, she's going to win this fight. On the feet, it's obviously a lot closer. I think Amanda is the more talented striker and has the power advantage. But I believe she still worked with Dean Thomas and has for a long time. Like, they've turned her into a pretty complete mixed martial artist. She's very good on the feet now, to the point that I'm not concerned about it. There was a point where I kind of viewed her as like take down or bust, and I don't think that she's there anymore. She's become like a very solid, well-rounded mixed martial artist. But her best path to victory is when she gets on the ground, she puts people in deep, deep waters, and it's hard to get out from there.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jillian Robertson. Lance Gibson Jr., not the only former Bellator fighter making his debut on this card. Lance Gibson Jr. on the main card. Yaroslav Amosov.
Why is
demoted
this on the prelims?
To the prelims, I'm not sure. Former Bellator champion, 28-1, making his UFC debut against Neil Magny, who Neil Magny is in just the most Neil Magny position of all time. You got a 28-1 champion in another promotion making his debut. It'd be a real shame if I were to 29-28.
That's exactly it. It's the most Neil Magny position
Magny
he can
is
be in.
licking his chops for this one.
Nathaniel Wood getting rocked in the first round, or Neil Magny facing a absolute stone cold killer who the UFC has high hopes for. Those are the two can't miss positions.
Look, man, people sleep on the Haitian sensation, bro.
He just gets it done.
His run in 2014 was stuff of legend.
The fighter of the year run.
And now he's just like the ultimate gatekeeper. It's literally like, you want to be a player at 170? This is the guy.
Yeah.
This is the guy sitting there to decide whether you're in or not.
But in the most like respectful version of gatekeeper, like it's not just like if you can even hang with this guy, like you're good enough. It's really like he is the measuring stick. He is the bar for every single person who's come through this division because he seems to fight every single one of them. Like you just look at the names. He's fought everybody. He has fought everybody.
Legitimately, last fight, Jake Matthews. Sorry, bro, you didn't pass the Magny test.
Yeah.
Which that was a controversial one. Now that I'm remembering,
We disagree. Yeah,
we do disagree. Elizu Zaleski. Sorry, bro, you didn't pass the Magny test. Also, Magny beating Jake Matthews in that way is like the most Magny way possible. Like you thought he was dead. Nope, not yet.
Yeah.
But then Carlos Praches. You passed the Magny test. You're in, bro.
You did it, brother.
You made it, man. Michael Morales, congratulations. You passed the Magny test. You're in, bro. Mike Malott.
Not this time.
Not this time, man. Ian Machado Gary. Ding, ding, ding. You passed the Magny test. Welcome to the hierarchy of the welterweight division. Phil Rowe, maybe next time. Gilbert Burns, do you still have it in the welterweight division? Almost like a people are shoving Gilbert Burns out, and he's like, no. And they're like, all right.
Beat Neil Magny.
Neil Magny. This time he's gatekeeping from the other side. Sorry, bro, you didn't pass it. You're out. Daniel Rodriguez, nope. Shavkat Rakhmonov, you passed the Magny test. Has he fought everyone in the top 10
He's
of welterweight?
He's fought everybody who's ever been a welterweight in UFC
ridiculous.
history.
He fights so much, too. Like, he has 36 UFC fights.
What's crazier is as you're doing this exercise is when you get even further down and you're like, okay, so like, you get to the Robbie Lawlers and you're like, holy fuck. Then you get down and it's like, oh, fucking Carlos Condit, Rafael Dos Anjos, Johnny Hendricks, Kelvin Gastelum, Eric Silva, Stun Gun Kim, Hector Lombard. Like, there isn't a guy who this motherfucker hasn't fought, who's fought in the welterweight division.
People also don't want to recognize this. February 2014 to May of 2015.
Let's talk about it.
He goes 7-0.
Yeah. Nuts.
In 14 months, he goes 7-0 in the UFC.
He was Kevin Holland before Kevin Holland.
Was Neil Magny the best welterweight on planet Earth from February 2014 to May 2015?
Not a chance in fucking hell, but there were a lot of people who failed the Neil Magny test at that time.
Fuck, man. And then he loses to Damian Maia, and then he rattles off 3 more wins. He was 10-1 on that run. Also picked up 4 bonuses along the way. Neil Magny, man.
The winningest fighter in UFC welterweight history. Do not ever fucking forget that Neil Magny is the winningest fighter.
Absolute legend. I can't fucking wait for this fight. It's gonna be iconic. Talk about legends as well. Yaroslav Amosov, a video that came out in 2022 of him recovering his belt from his bombed home after his city was occupied during the Russian invasion of Ukraine in 2022. There it is. Pull it out, baby. We got it. The Bellator belt. It's back.
Gotta keep that baby safe.
I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. He's coming out of like a bomb shelter in full military fatigues.
And
ready
he's got
to
that
roll.
Bellator belt wrapped.
Got it.
I mean,
Bellator belt back. Legendary video.
A lot of the videos from that time are like pretty crazy when you see like the
Klitschko's on like
and,
the front line.
Yeah, Loma, and you're just like, holy shit. Like
Built different, bro.
Usyk, obviously. But yes, Amosov is a like extremely talented fighter. Like this is a guy, unlike Buchecha, where it's like it was a little bit like he's a great grappler. Like we're talking about like this is a debut that matters. This is almost weird that I don't understand why this is on the prelims, but I'm not the like bout order guy. I really ultimately don't care. Like Magny versus Amosov is a great fight, and I'm happy to see it. But it is a little bit weird that like a guy like, you know, Pitbull and Pico and all these other guys were in these like super highlighted spots, and a guy like Amosov isn't, because Amosov was a champion in Bellator. He's an amazing fighter. I think he would have deserved the kind of like level and accolades and treatment that they're getting, because I still think he could be very viable in this division. He's fantastic. I'm expecting him to beat Neil Magny. I believe he will pass the Neil Magny test.
He is a massive favorite. He is about minus 400 right now, and he's still only 32 years old. Amosov is. Honestly, like when you do the math on it, what we were just talking about, the winningest fighter in welterweight history and a debuting champion from another promotion, 28-1, you would think would get a better treatment than
that's what I'm saying. Like
of an Apex card,
he is good enough, in my opinion, to have been like alongside the Pitbulls, the picos, the patchy mixes. Like, why wouldn't he have gotten the same kind of treatment? I'm not sure what the difference or disconnect potentially is there. Maybe it's like in the weight class, he's just not somebody who they're kind of grooming because there's to be a top guy because there's so many different guys already ahead of him. But make no mistake, as far as the skills and credentials and accolades, he is on par with all of those guys. This is a very, very exciting former Bellator champion debut for me.
That is UFC Apex 112. I feel certain at International Fight Week next year in the nation's capital, we will be opening a randomized poster gift box, mystery gift box of signed posters, and we'll be pulling the Royval Cop signature. That just feels like an automatic.
As long as they put Buchecha somewhere on there, I'm in.
Yeah.
There's
That'll
no
be
Buchecha?
signed. That'll be signed, and we'll be getting that. Yeah, we'll have the Buchecha signature on there as well. It'll be great. Janderson Brito, Isaac Thompson also on the card. Sean Sharaf, Stephen Asplund on the card. I know you're really excited about Asplund at heavyweight.
I love Asplund.
Luana Santos, Melissa Corden, Alan Fry, Guilherme Pat, and Teresa Bleda versus Jamie Lynn Horth. Great to see JLH back in action. Let's jump over to PFL Lyon.
Yes.
A fantastic card for PFL because at the top of the bill, there are two vacant titles that will soon have champions on them. Vadim Nemkov taking on Hernan Ferreira for the vacant heavyweight championship, and Chris Cyborg for the vacant featherweight championship against Sarah Collins. Let's start with Vadim Nemkov versus Hernan Ferreira. Vadim Nemkov, a former Bellator champion himself. Well, it was at light heavyweight. Since moving over to the PFL, he now finds himself at heavyweight. Hernan Ferreira, lost his belt to, or his super fights belt,
the
whatever.
super fight, whatever.
We're cleaning it up now. We're cleaning it up now to Francis Ngannou last year. Nemkov, 2-0 so far at heavyweight in PFL.
Yeah, Nemkov's a beast, man. Like, he is a real
Absolute
problem.
monster.
He is going to beat Hernan Ferreira. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. He's of that caliber. He's of that level. Hernan's run up to the Ngannou fight was something for me. Like, was impressive enough to that I was like, okay, at least Francis Ngannou has somebody with a pulse. Like, has a heavyweight that, like, it matters if he beats him. Nemkov is going to also show the levels. Like, I have no doubt in my mind. This is a fight that I believe Nemkov will win quite handily.
Yeah, I mean, like the guys that Hernan Ferreira before facing Francis Ngannou, Mo Green.
Yeah, that's not a great one.
Dennis Goltsov.
Goltsov's okay.
Ryan Bader.
Bader's good.
I think it's kind of like flash KO him or it's going to be a long night for you. That's kind of how I feel about it. But Nemkov, man, stud in Bellator, will be a 2-division champion. Do they count that? I mean, he had like 4 title defenses at light heavyweight in Bellator, and now he's trying to become, heavyweight champion of PFL.
Yeah. I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
The lineage of these belts is now
Doesn't
insignificant
matter.
at this point. But the light heavyweight champion of Bellator, when that is something, right? We're talking about the Corey Andersons, the Phil Davis, Ryan Bader, Yoel Romero. Like, this was a guy. This was a true guy for Bellator in the light heavyweight division. And as a heavyweight, I think he's potentially even better, right? Because he has a lot of speed and physicality advantages that he's able to bring with his frame. Yeah, he's a real issue and one of the top heavyweights in the world. So I think this is going to be easy work for him.
Speaking of easy work, the co-main event.
Yeah.
Chris Cyborg, 28-2, taking on Sarah Collins, 6-0. Is not really a young up-and-comer. She is 35 years of age. For the vacant featherweight championship, I can't pick Sarah Collins with a good conscience.
No,
here.
you can't. You can't. Cyborg is going to walk through her. That is what we're lining up for at this point with Cyborg fights, because I don't know how many people outside the UFC, like even the last fight that she had with Larissa Pacheco, which was a great fight, but a fight that, both of us were on the side of thinking that Cyborg was going to be able to get it done. You're now losing options for people that you can throw in there with a body that is going to give Cyborg any issue. Like, there's just not women big enough at this point outside the UFC that are going to give Cyborg a problem. And quite frankly, even in the UFC anymore, there is no 145-pound division anymore. There really are not women around that Cyborg can fight. It's just going to be the Cyborg show. Continues to just roll.
And even at 40 years old, it just does not bother me. I mean, I think she's just going to box her face off. She's too powerful. She's too fast. She's too skilled. She has way too much experience. I just, honestly, I was kind of surprised that the line was only minus 650.
Yeah, it seems like there's value there, honestly. As a parlay piece, you could just throw her anywhere.
Yeah, it feels like she's just going to run through her.
I mean, and not for nothing, the only thing I could see here, and believe me, I am picking Cyborg Cyborg is my women's GOAT. All my feelings on Cyborg are very clear. She has been boxing, though. Like, that's where her focus has kind of been lately. If maybe she slips on a banana peel or hasn't been training enough or whatever, is there an opening? Maybe. I just don't see it. Cyborg is one of the like most relentless workers we have. She keeps herself in shape all year round. But the focus on boxing, maybe if you're trying to convince yourself, if you're trying to come up with some fantasy scenario or some world where how Cyborg could lose, I guess it could be that her attention has kind of been on the boxing world for the moment. But man, when she steps in there, you see the levels of difference outside of Larissa Pacheco, who we all know now, like after her battles with Kayla Harrison, and Cyborg is an extremely, extremely good fighter. Unless you were talking about that level, you really don't have much to offer Cyborg.
And how much is the PFL going to have to offer Cyborg?
None. I don't think they have it. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, there's no telling how many fights she has left in MMA, but we'll see after
these types of fights she could do for another 5-10 years. Like,
and
she could
retain
just walk
the belt
through.
And just get paid. We'll see after Saturday night. Kevin Doucette also on the card, former UFC fighter, as well as Taylor Lapilus, fighting out of France.
There's that Lapilus gang who are like, yo, he didn't deserve to be cut. We love Taylor. I hear this.
Hey, in France too. They're getting to rep in Lyon as French fighters. I don't necessarily disagree, man. He went 6-2 in the UFC.
The style, though,
on 2 separate runs.
The style, though, was not exactly exciting, and we know how they feel about that.
I know, but you cut him after a Cody statement, Vince Morales. And now he's getting wins in the PFL.
Now, Lapilus is a great fighter. He's a truly great fighter, and to be in France, like I'm sure this will be a very like exciting time for him.
That is the PFL Lyon card. A couple good fights on that one, especially those top 2 on the bill.
Where the fuck is Cedric Doumbé?
Man, you tell me, bro. That's your guy.
I know, but I wish I knew the answer. What is happening? Where is Cedric Doumbé?
If you look at his Twitter, every once in a while, it seems like he's going to come back, and then he's not, and then he's posting his picture with his kickboxing belts.
Keep my fucking name out your mouth.
Sorry, Cedric. I'm sorry.
He last fought May 17, 2024. This was like one of the guys that like it seemed like the PFL was dying for stars. Out of the ashes rises Cedric Doumbé, Dakota Ditcheva. Oh my God, we finally got some talent that's homegrown. We can build on this. And it's just like, where the fuck is this guy? I mean, at least we got a Dakota fight. Thank God we finally got a Dakota Ditcheva fight. But like, where the fuck is Cedric Doumbé?
That's not the Splinter fight, is it?
Cedric Doumbé has posted on his story that he will be at the fights, though, because he wrote,
"Oh, perfect.
Je serai présent," which translates to, "I will be present."
Great, thanks for the update, Cedric.
Said.
No, he fought Jaleel Willis and beat him.
Yes.
Before that was the Baki
the Baki
Splinter fight. But like, where is this guy? He is one of your biggest stars.
He's not getting
what is he? He is
36 is my guess.
33.
Okay.
So he's not
Sorry
quite
for
there.
the disrespect, Cedric.
You have a little bit of time with him, but like a year plus off? Like, why? What? Like, this is the guy. And you're going to France. Unless he is just not interested in fighting anymore, this is unexplainable. They need to get him back. France is a hub for them, and like, this is the guy. He can be one of your biggest stars. Stop fucking this up.
Just taking a quick peek at the chat here. Benny Vina is asking, where's Gregor Gillespie? Another good question.
No, we know. Gregor's just like not fighting anymore.
Yeah. But where is he, man? What's he doing?
No, but he's just not fighting.
What's Sabit doing? Where's he
He's
at?
also not fighting, but he's training with all those guys.
Also seeing Berserker B-Dog, not for nothing, but ultimately, that's the new phrase. That is very true. I saw last week someone commented, Connor GC, not for nothing Burks. Connor Georgia, not for nothing Connor Burks as my name.
Double Connor?
I will admit, I find myself saying, not for nothing, way too often.
Not for nothing.
So now I need to put the clamps on it like you have with Ultimate. Like,
I feel like
you
you've come
got
back.
it.
I feel like you've come back.
Like you got it.
Is that a drop, Frank, or were you saying that live?
I said that live.
Okay.
Somebody who really knows ball, and I forget if this was a tweet to me, a comment I saw, but somebody dropped the I feel like you gotta, and I was like, yo, like there's levels, right? If you know the keep my fucking name out your mouth, like if you know the common drops and shit, if you know those, you're a hardcore fan. But if you know like Frank teasing me about saying I feel like we gotta, you're the 0.01%. Like you are top tier.
Yo, speaking of I feel like we got us, If Tatsuro Taira is actually onto something about UFC Japan, April, May. I mean, I'll go by myself. So this is one that I actually don't need anyone to go with me for. I will actually just go by myself. But I feel like we got it.
No, we just have to. We will be there. Sabrina was telling me last night, we got to go to Japan.
Sabrina said this.
Yeah, she speaks Japanese.
she said this to you in Japanese, so now you speak Japanese.
Does she even speak English?
Well, we're 6 weeks into Japanese.
Aren't we also 6 weeks into life as well?
Smart kid.
He's a smart kid.
Nobody knew that Jordan's family was Japanese?
No, just Japanese.
Okay. The walking's a bit of a concern. It feels like...
She did smack her like little tomato thing, and then she said tomato in Japanese. I was like, oh, shit.
Tomato smack feels like day 6 stuff, not week 6
Y'all see them, though.
Yeah, it feels like an issue.
Okay.
Hey, that's not cool.
Okay. More feasible, like on the scale, right? There's a scale. A Japan trip is great, and we all want to do it. But, like, there's costs associated. There's a lot of travel, right? That's like a 13 to 16 to 20 if you're connecting hour of travel.
Yep. Newark does directs.
There's price, yes, but like the timing of those is kind of hard. I've done it once, and it's not easy to get to Japan. The difficulty, the expense, the yada yada yada.
Okay.
Or do we just go to Muckleshoot?
Hey,
you know, like that seems easier.
Now we're talking.
That seems like
is there a Seattle card this year?
I don't know. Is there a Muckleshoot fight night? Fuck the Seattle card.
Check? I mean, a Seattle card into a Muckleshoot weekend or a Muckleshoot Thursday, Friday into Seattle card?
There is a Seattle card. They announced it as part of the 2026 slate, if you guys remember this week.
No, I don't, man. I don't. I got a lot going on in the old dome.
Wait, is Muckleshoot?
I've been planning my UFC Japan trip. All right. That is PFL Lyon. That is UFC Apex 112. The last UFC card that we're going to get for 6 weeks. Next one is not till UFC 324 on January 24th. I'll be an entirely new man by the time the Octagon door closes at T-Mobile Arena on January 24th. Then I am going to be when the Octagon door closes at the UFC Apex on December 13th after Manel Kopp versus Brandon Royval. So it's a long gap. Last thing to get into for the weekend, uncrowned weekend, as the experts say. John Cena.
Yes.
Speaking of finales, in his final.
Love it.
Final match ever at WWE's Saturday night's main event. Also, isn't it the last thing they're ever going to do on Peacock as well?
Is that true? Aren't they off Peacock already?
No, but this is on Peacock.
Oh, yes. You know what? They were off Peacock for the PLEs. They moved the PLEs. But yes, I guess this is, right?
I think so. He's going to be taking on...
No. Because don't they have programming that runs through the end of the year?
I don't know. We shouldn't have started this conversation because I'm not that aware of WWE rights here. He's going to take on Gunther in the Saturday night's main event. Gunther was the winner of the 16-man The Time Is Now, the last time is now tournament. So that's your final opponent. We hype for it?
I'm hyped for it because I'm interested in the spectacle surrounding it. Like this whole Cena run up has been fascinating to me, but I'm not like enough in the day-to-day storyline that like, oh, it's Gunther and those aspects of it are gonna like appeal to me. But yes, I mean like John Cena he was not my era of wrestler, right? I was stopped watching wrestling after the Attitude Era, so this didn't like cross over into the ruthless aggression John Cena run. But naturally, he's somebody who I've known, to be like the top star for a long time. I kind of quite like him in like candid interviews when he does like, out of kayfabe John Cena, the human being character, the human being interviews. And I think he's actually become like quite a decent actor.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm most looking forward to this so he can just get his ass back to acting.
Yeah, like what's your favorite Cena?
The Tour de France spoof is great, where he's the one guy on steroids.
I have not seen this.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What's the most recent one he came out with as well?
Well, just Ricky Stanicki.
Ricky Stanicki, he was fantastic in.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really
it was a stupid ass movie, but like it was pretty good.
Peacemaker on HBO.
Peacemaker on HBO. He is A++.
Tour de Pharmacy is
didn't even see it.
Oh my God, dude! It's like
I'll check it out.
It's like a 40-minute mockumentary on the Tour de France. And
love it.
John Cena is a guy on juice, and like he's absolutely fucking huge in the movie, and it's ridiculous.
I mean, he's just huge in general. That is a massive man. I also watched Heads of State, where he was the president of the United States and Idris Elba was the prime minister, and they were like traveling together. It was almost like buddy cop-ish. Wasn't great, but Cena's still pretty good. Like I really enjoy John Cena. I like him more as like the entertainment like person, almost how I like The Rock, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't really watch The Rock's wrestling. I don't really care about the wrestling storylines of The Rock, but as this like pop culture-y figure, I like The Rock. And then naturally, like the one that, you know, I kind of wanted to save to the end is, you know, the brother of Dominic Toretto in the Fast and the Furious movies, which is the best franchise that we have going. He is a king for being in the Fast franchise.
The Rock is?
No,
John Cena is also in
The
it?
Rock is in the franchise
Never seen a Fast
as
and
like
Furious.
a cop, like kind of officer of the law type guy. John Cena is Dominic Toretto's brother in the franchise.
Okay.
Vin
All right.
Diesel and John Cena, brothers
Okay.
in this franchise.
Sick. Family.
Family.
Yeah. I know
Incredible.
all about it. I know all about it. I also just want to tune in just because it will be like a bit of a cultural perspective. Like it'll just be like
It's a moment.
It'll be a scene. It'll be a moment. Like it's going to be getting clipped out everywhere on social media and stuff. Like I do enjoy tuning into the major wrestling events like WrestleMania and Royal Rumble and SummerSlam. And like this is one that, you know, Saturday night will roll around. I'll have the Apex on the small TV. I'll be like, yeah, let's flip on, see what old Johnny Boy's up to. Because I also know it's not just going to be Cena versus Gunther and they're going to do a match and that's it. And it's like, bon voyage. Thanks for everything, John. Some bullshit's going to go on.
Some bullshit's going to go on. And also, do you think, like, this has been the hot debate. Do you think Cena will ever wrestle again?
Yes, of course.
I think we all think that, which is kind
I
of
know
weird.
he's going to wrestle again, but he's never going to be like a regular. He was a regular this year.
He did. Well, what's crazy is I was listening to his podcast with, was it the Rogan one or was it the Bill Simmons one? It might have been the Bill Simmons one where he was talking about back in his day, he used to do 220 dates a year.
That's
and now this
insanity.
year he was full-time and he did like 40 dates. Like he was comparing the craziness of the schedule now to then, and it's not quite the same. He was there when it was like the wild, wild west still, where you're still driving town to town and making it happen. It was quite crazy. But respect to an absolute legend in John Cena. I, like you, think he will wrestle again. Even if he doesn't, right? If he sticks to it, and by the way, in all the interviews he's doing, he is saying, I will not wrestle again. I promise you I'm not going to wrestle again.
Habib-esque?
Everybody, yeah, Habib-esque. Bill Simmons was like, yeah, I don't believe you. Like, everybody comes out of retirement in wrestling. He's like, I'm going to be the one. I promise you, I am not going to wrestle. He is really like pushing that hard. If that's true, he will still be around wrestling, right? He will still be the guy who shows up and you can still have him cut a promo or do something because he loves it so much and also because he's so damn good at it. But like The Rock, you don't really have the time to just like keep dropping in. When the Rock like actually came back in a storyline, that was kind of massive because all his previous comebacks have just been like, I'll get on the mic, I'll roast somebody, and then I'll step out. If we get Cena even in that capacity, I think it will be still good for wrestling and good for that sport or entertainment product. But I just feel like nobody retires. Nobody retires. I think he'll wrestle.
Especially not in this world. I saw one graphic where it was like WWE superstars in the year 2000, and it was like 27, 29, 31, 28. It's like WWE superstars now, it's like 44, 42. Like they've just like continuously, progressively gotten older and older. If you want some odds, if you like to place a wager on scripted wrestling, Gunther minus 300. John Cena plus 200.
So Cena's going to put Gunther over, huh?
That's what they think. That's what the odds makers think.
Do you know about like the wrestling, like the what's the term I'm looking for? Like what you're supposed to do, the rules. Well, yes, that, but like the rules of how you're supposed to leave, right? So you, as the guy, John Cena, you are doing a service. You are giving a gift to a guy like Gunther. The way it's supposed to go is when you're a guy of that status and this is like your end, this is your last match, you put Gunther over because they can't make money on you anymore. You're the guy going out the door. So the way they book it is traditionally like you take the pinfall so that this guy can look like $1 million and they can build on Gunther and then he takes it from there. So like this is in line with what is supposed to be done in wrestling. You're supposed to go out on your back. You're supposed to like lay down and let the guy pin you. and then he gets to coast and capitalize on having a win over John Cena. So
see what happens.
Those odds make sense to me. It would be surprising if he didn't do it that way. The only way it wouldn't is maybe if he comes back.
He's probably going to come back at some point. Get in price.
Yes.
To the arena down in Washington, D.C. If you go on Game Time, great app to get tickets. Only app that I use.
Yeah.
$414.
So that's the cheapest ticket available right now.
Cheapest ticket to get in. Is it
That's
worth
not
it?
bad,
John
though.
Cena's final match. People clamoring for these tickets, man. Let's get like a lower. Damn.
How
Section
much?
100, row J, $980. So like you're probably 10 rows back. Not bad.
You have to.
Floor seats, $2,500.
If you are buying these tickets anywhere in this arena, it is predicated on the fact that you are the one of the few people who does believe this will be his last match. Because otherwise, it's like, man, imagine the feeling like you buy tickets and you go and you're just like, I did it.
And then
I
Raw,
saw
the
his
first
last
Raw
match.
of the year. Dun, 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 dun.
He's like, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. It's going to be a spectacle. It's going to be interesting. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of like memes and celebrations and everything coming out of it. Wrestling has a very good ability to kind of cut through the noise. And like when they have a big moment, it really does like travel. It always finds me.
You also realize like in these massive moments in wrestling, how many people actually like wrestling.
100%.
Like some of these clips on social go insanely viral.
To me, it's like soccer. Like it's one of these things that I just do not have on my radar. But when something hits me, it's a reminder to me of like, oh shit, everybody else in the entire universe loves this and I have no interest in it. It's one of those things.
Yeah. I think I'm finding our tickets right here. Mid-bowl, $686 after fees, club seating, beautiful view of the ring. Shout out to Game
It's
Time.
Washington, right?
Yeah.
Are we going?
Yeah, I'm down. Let's take the Amtrak. That's the best part about Game Time is that when you click on the ticket, you can see the view that you're going to have. Love
the 3D view, like you can see what you're looking at.
You can look around the whole arena, what it's going to be like. Shout out to him.
All right.
Yeah, will I be there? TBD, you know?
I thought we just agreed to.
But if I am there, I'll be getting my tickets on Game Time, my favorite ticketing app.
All right.
I love it. Also on that card, WWE champion Cody Rhodes versus NXT champion Obafemi. I know you're salivating over that one.
I actually don't know him.
I don't know who Obafemi is.
I know Cody Rhodes, obviously.
I'd bet $50 I'm mispronouncing Obafemi's name. OBA space FEMI.
Who's the check?
That feels
check,
right.
Frank? I will be supporting Atlanta's own Cody Rhodes in that one.
If it is a farewell to John Cena.
What a career.
Incredible run.
Absolutely incredible run. All right, let's get into bets and Parlay Pal picks for the weekend. The Parlay Pals back in the losing column, back in the red from last weekend. Died on Pantoja's arm, was brutalized in the main event.
Fucking pizza.
That's rough.
I feel like we did this in honor of Christmas. Red, green, red, green.
Yeah, I think that's
what I was
right.
thinking when I picked green.
We got to finish the year on a win, boys. Come on, let's
get it
do
done.
this. Let's
get
get
it done.
tight. Pete already sent me his pick. Let me pull it up because I can't remember what it was. It was Vadim Nemkov.
Frankie's pre-screening the randomizer.
I'll go first because I'm going to take Chris Cyborg, and then you guys can battle it out for 2
I'm going to go with Manel Cobb.
I don't like that.
Oh,
But
you
who
want
am
to
I to
change
tell
it?
you? Who am I to tell you, Frankie?
Exactly.
No. I trust you. I trust you, Frank.
You know, there was some problems with the picks that I was making last week as well. And I just have you know that the pick that I was going to pick and the pick that I did pick both made it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you got the gift, you got the gift.
Got the gift. All right,
No,
Manel
but-
Cop is the pick for Mysterious Frank. If it loses, I will never let you live it down.
Yeah. You really got on your high horse there. You really
Says the man who took
Celebrated.
a minus 720.
Yeah.
All right.
Should be minus 7,000. That would have taken.
Honestly, though, yes. You know what's okay? I know this is kind of like cliche and stupid. There is a reminder though. Like we sometimes we're like minus 700. You really stuck your neck out there. The Pantoja fight happened. Like shit like that
Shit
really does happen. So like it's not.
Fight is a fight, you know?
Fight is a fight. Business, exactly. Exactly.
It just
All-time
hits
long
so
bad
good.
drop.
Exactly, Kyoji.
You can't. The drops cannot be that long.
Exactly.
Who the fuck gives a fuck about Carl fucking Frock or whatever his name
Gives a
is?
flying fuck about
Carl Frocker what he's got to say. Is anybody really interested?
Thanks.
Okay, but my back to my point is, I know you're picking Chris Cyborg as a massive favorite, but like, shit, there is a world where this, like,
there is a world where she throws a head kick and Sarah Collins catches it and she posts on her arm and it explodes.
There are no guarantees.
What?
There's a world where someone spontaneously combust as they get into the ring.
No, there's not. How would that happen?
Repeating the Pantoja situation.
Yes.
You watched it happen with us, Frank.
There are no safe bets in MMA. It is a very crazy sport.
All that to say, who are you taking?
I'm taking Amosov. I think he passes the Neil Magny test.
All right, we're going chalky here. We always do, but this is especially chalky. I put it into DraftKings. Our graphics team's already got it. Plus 122.
The only one with any balls on this list.
A little too.
Yeah,
what
only
do you
one
mean?
with any balls. You took a minus 305, man. Fuck you.
And we hated it. We both picked against you.
Yeah.
I'll never live it down.
It'll be that much more.
2 UFC, 2 PFL. Not bad.
2 UFC, 2 PFL. The best part is, Frank, is if
and I
our
picked the guy
picks,
who's Bellator.
Yeah.
Even though he's.
If
What
our
is
picks,
Bellator?
Who knows? Who's
do you remember Bellator?
Is that like a subdivision of one?
If all of our picks hit, Frank,
Mine doesn't.
Manel Kopp will be the last one, so it'll be all on
perfect
you.
pressure. Yeah,
it'll be all on you.
As Brandon Royval cruises to a decision, and we're just like shitting on Frank in the group chat.
All right, my bets for the final time this year. Last three card winning streak for me. So we'll see if we can finish it out. 4 cards in a row. Last week we finished up just over a unit. Nice. A little bit overexposed on Radhavashvili, but we still won. First up, Jillian Robertson. I'm going to take her to beat Amanda Lemos. I think this is a changing of the guard. She's looked fantastic on this 4-fight win streak. Amanda Lemos just getting up there in age. Just don't think she is the fighter that she used to be. Let's roll along. Cesar versus Cesari. I think this one's going to get heated, going to get contentious. Because it's a fight. But no, I think they're both going to come in here swinging. Almeida can knock him out, so can Cesari. But I think Cesari just gets a little too loose in the striking, and I think he gets caught by Almeida. But just in case if he doesn't, if he takes him down and he finishes on the mat, I'll just take the under 2.5 to be safe. Let's go to the main event. Brandon Royval, 2 to beat Manel Kopp. I think he's just getting slept on with this line. I think plus 250 is just disrespecting the raw dog, baby. This guy's got wins over Brandon Moreno, got wins over Tatsuro Taira, losses, close fights to the very top of the division. He has incredible experience, 5 rounds. Power disadvantage, sure, but volume advantage. I think he's also got an advantage on the ground. I just think he's a live dog. So Brandon Royval will be my pick. And then parlay, Yaroslav Amosov.
Yeah.
And Kevin Vallejos in the co-main again to get it done. And those are the bets for UFC Apex 112. Woo! The final UFC card of 2025, the final UFC card of the ESPN era before we launch into Paramount in 2026. And for that reason, that takes us into our pound-for-pound rankings for our final Boys in the Back of 2025. And what else could it be? Pound-for-pound finales. Frankie, what's the order, baby?
The order today is Frank, followed by Eric Jackman.
Okay.
And then rounding third with Connor Burks.
Sweet. I'm excited for this one. I think this could get funny.
All right. I like it.
A little bit ridiculous.
My number 5 is The Dinosaurs. In actuality, it's a television show called Dinosaurs. Was a favorite of mine growing up. It was on TGIF. Mm-hmm. If you know, you know.
I do not know.
I'm a baby. Gotta love me.
But what was a sleeper about this is that you had the, slapstick comedy going on for the entire series. And then when they ended it, it's literally with some shit where they block out the sun. And now they're dealing with volcanic winter. And they all end up dying. And like the little baby is like, oh, what happens to us? And the mom's like, I'm not sure. And then it just goes to the end credits, and it's like, holy shit, did that really just happen?
Yeah, they ice aged them.
Yep.
So it's like a nice, fun comedy show, and then the way it ends is like how
and
it
surprised
actually
everyone. Like critics, everybody was like,
Oh,
what
that's
the
amazing.
hell did we just watch?
That's incredible.
Coming in at number 4, Saved by the Bell. Now I have to unpack this one. Saved by the Bell had gone through 4 iterations. There was the one where it was basically just Zach Morris and like a teacher. I think it was like Sorry, Miss Bliss. I can't remember the name of it. They rebooted
Miss Bliss, you got it.
Called it Saved by the Bell. They finished that. So you would think that's the finale, but no. They made a whole other series that was them in college. So it was like Saved by the Bell college years.
Yep.
They finished that, and then they did like a movie where Kelly Kapowski and Zach Morris get married, and to me, that's the true finale of this entire thing.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I don't understand why you're so upset.
Of all the different iterations, you picked the fucking movie version thing?
Look, the college years existed for one reason only, and that was to give a little bit of backstory for inevitably the marriage. That was all that was, because the college one wasn't actually that fun.
I don't know what it is. What's your number 3?
My number 3, if you love that one, you're going to love this one.
Oh, Jesus.
It's The Office. But here's the thing.
Okay.
It's when Michael leaves the show.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge James Spader fan, but like to me, this was the end. And especially as an audio guy, this specific scene where he forgets to take off his lav mic and he's like, oh, I don't need this anymore. Almost brought a tear to the eye, man.
Sorry, I just want to be clear. Not to interrupt again.
No,
I just want to be clear though. This is the end for me. Like that was your quote, yes? Like you have selectively chosen when the finale occurs.
The show is never the same after Michael Scott.
You sit on a throne of lies.
The show is
you decide when the finale is.
We'll get to you.
Okay.
Number 2, MASH. Now, this list came to like, what are the finales that I think of immediately? I haven't watched every MASH episode because there are a shit ton of them. But I'll have you know that the last MASH episode is the most watched television show episode of all time, as of right now.
Reigning.
Still.
Wow.
Live, correct?
Live, yes.
Yeah.
And
even like,
are they not like the most watched show ever or something? Like still probably.
I don't know. I think they've been replaced with that, like prime time. But like this episode was the most watched and heartfelt. And I mean, again, MASH started as like a satirical movie, kind of dark. Then they went into like the more lighthearted show, and then they kind of ended on a somber note again. War is never something that you can laugh about all the time, right? So then number 1 is Cheers. Now, technically, Cheers was the
like
second most watched episode of all time. But I just feel like its ending ends on a better note because literally, you know, it's about a bar, people hanging out at a bar, but the end is someone trying to get in the bar, and Ted Danson is like, sorry, we're closed. And it's like, nah, man, that hits you right in the feels. So that's my list. Rick, it's your turn.
Okay.
Were you a guy who watched Cheers and MASH and like some of that older TV growing up, or did you come to it later?
While I was growing up. Yeah.
What was the Cheers theme song again?
Something where everybody knows your name.
My back's getting weary.
Yeah, something like that.
It's closing time.
No, that's not it, Frank.
You don't
Sitting
have to
here
go
in
home.
traffic on the Queensboro Bridge tonight.
No, isn't that the King of Queens or something?
Gotta catch 'em all.
All right, Rick. Yeah, all right. So you didn't veer from TV at all.
No.
Okay.
When I think of finale, I think of television.
So you're okay with the ruling is you're okay with him just going, The Office ended when I decided it ended. You're
Yeah,
good
because
with
I kind
that.
of agree with it. The show was never
I mean,
the
it
same
was
without
like,
Michael Scott.
why did they keep it going?
And it was very sad when he left. It was very sad when he left.
I don't love it, but okay.
All right.
I will accept.
Wow, you such a poser.
Poser?
He just bended. You were like so much conviction, and then you find out.
No,
that,
I'm outvoted. Look,
Yeah.
there's
All
3
right.
of us and the boys in the
Just
back,
saying.
and the two have decided
Let's
that we
get to
can just decide
your grand
wherever
list
the
here.
fuck the finale is where we want it. Like,
You
I
told
can
me
just
earlier
decide.
this week, as executive producer, you get an extra vote, so it's technically
Oh.
a tie.
No, but it's
Oh.
not tied because it's not an extra vote,
Well,
Jordan. You keep misunderstanding this. The voting is if it's tied, I have the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
It is not tied.
You could just make it tied, though.
It's not tied. Do you want to disagree? Do you think we should uphold, parliamentary
like-
procedure?
Joe Jackman.
I like when you dig into Frank and these things because I find enjoyment in it.
without the sex.
Without the sex.
Yeah, please
Okay.
no digging with it.
So let's get into my
dicks to
list.
the
Let's
body.
get into my list. Here we go. Mine is not as television heavy.
Okay.
I mixed it up a little bit more.
All right, okay.
But it starts with a TV moment, but it's also a sports moment. One of the most indelible, incredible sporting moments of our lifetimes. All of us were alive. Yes, all of us were alive. Game 6, 1998. The shot. I didn't hear the Helwani drop took me out for a second. Game 6, 1998. Michael Jordan, Byron Russell, the shot. The greatest closing sequence, not in NBA Finals history, because there has been better, and I'll talk about that maybe later, maybe not at all. But to close the Bulls' run of Michael Jordan, to close that season of the NBA, this was it. Indelible. Like this is the poster on the wall. This is the moment. This is the thing that everybody points to about Michael Jordan, why he's the GOAT, 6-0 in the finals, makes that shot. Iconic. Just iconic moment for one of the most iconic sportsmen of all time, Michael Jordan. Number 4. This is the final flight of the Eagle. This is the final go around for. We're gonna do this on every single one, Frankie. This is really gonna bother me.
So you're calling this like a retirement as a finale?
Oh yeah, this is the closing credits for one of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. The submission of Justin Gaethje. What was it? UFC 2. You would know this better than me. What's the number on this? 54.
249.
No, that was the Jacksonville like comeback one.
Yeah. It might
As
be
you're looking that up,
250.
either way. The final fight of Khabib Nurmagomedov's career, which I believe and I'm putting my stock into, unlike as we were talking about John Cena. Oh wow, it was 254.
I was gonna say, yeah, you did have 254.
All right, nice. I'm typically not good with those, as the prop quiz watchers would know. The final fight of Khabib's career, I believe that will stick. An incredible way to go out. We then get some lore later where he's talking to DC, and DC's like, yeah, he looked over at me and he was like, I wanted to submit him because I didn't want to hurt him in front of his parents. Like, just crazy level shit from Khabib in the final fight of his career. And even the main event, it's the finale of the night if we want to add that additional stakes. But yeah, crazy way to go out. Khabib is a gangster, and an epic performance if that was the final one of Khabib's career, which I believe it was. Number 3, the comeback. I mentioned that the Jordan moment was one of the best finals moments. To me, the best finals moment ever. Is the finishing closing sequence of the 2016 finals. LeBron James getting the block, Kyrie Irving hitting the shot, Kevin Love getting the stop. The comeback complete, down 3-1 for the Cavaliers, coming back against the 73-9 Warriors, getting it done.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Cleveland, this is for you. The whole deal, personally for me, very important, very meaningful as a Cavs fan, but I think everybody out there can acknowledge like this is one of the best NBA finals ever.
Easily. In my opinion, it is the best. 3-1, you have a superstar like LeBron accomplishing that. Yes.
It was nuts and a crazy sports moment. Number 2, I am going back to TV now. Now we're going TV.
Okay.
Number 2, My Controls. My Controls is the name of an episode. The season finale and possibly the series finale of The Rehearsal.
Yeah.
Nathan Fielder, here's the backstory on this. Nathan Fielder, season 2 of The Rehearsal was predicated around, there are a lot of plane crashes popping up recently, and he believed, his theory was that this was because of a lack of communication between pilots and co-pilots where they didn't want to offend each other and nobody wanted to speak up when there was a disaster. He goes through all these episodes kind of doing these mock rehearsals around trying to improve these things between them. The end episode, the finale, My Controls, he reveals that he's been taking pilot training and he flies a commercial 737 with people on it, some of the actors that he had hired throughout the series on it, and pilots a jumbo jet airliner. Like he's a fucking crazy person, but in the best possible way. I love everything Nathan Fielder does. There could have been the Nathan For You season 1 finale or even season 2 finale, but Nathan Fielder is an absolute genius. The fact that he just became a pilot as a bit to end a season of a TV show is nuts.
Well, then him and his co-pilot had a communication issue during the...
A little bit. He kind of played it up, but yes, they had a little bit of a communication issue. But shout out to Nathan Fielder and my personal favorite season finale of all time. Other than, but I put it into a different category because this one is reality television.
Oh.
We're going over to the world of reality television. The season finale of Rivals 3 on the Challenge. The iconic moment where Johnny Bananas steals the money from Sarah Rice.
Iconic.
So here's the context for this one. Rivals 3 is the concept of this season of the challenge was they pitted rivals together, right? You are at odds, but you have to team up to win this challenge. And so Johnny had been done wrong by Sarah, and I'll get more into that in a second. At the season finale, the final, TJ calls it his final, they are both climbing this mountain. They're both going through absolute hell. The final part of any season of the challenge is this like treacherous 2-day climb up a mountain. You have to sleep in tents or sometimes not even sleep. It's just absolute torture for 2 days, basically. But during the final of that season, they were timing individually the two partners. And when they came to the end and they had won, they reached the finish line, TJ informs them that they had timed the individual activities of both of the partners, and Johnny did better than Sarah. So at that point, $500,000 prize on the line, he says to Johnny, as the one who did better in this team, you have the option to either split this money with Sarah or take every single dime of it. And they had worked so hard all season together. They were perfect partners. They were so happy to be together. They were like, oh my God, I can't believe we were ever at odds. And in that moment on that mountain with $500,000 on the line, Johnny Bananas said, I'm going to take the money and run, Tej. And he takes all $500K, and she ends up with $0 for that. It was an iconic reality television moment. It has now been kind of like entered into the pantheon. There's many series that kind of crib on that. The context for this is even deeper, which is the season before on X's 2, Sarah was paired with Jordan. Johnny was paired with Nani, who you might remember from the most recent season that we were watching. And right before the final, right before you get to the final, Sarah throws Johnny into elimination. They were friends. He was friends with her. He was friends with Jordan. Sarah threw Johnny into the elimination because she thought her chances of winning the final would be better. And so she threw Johnny in, and he ends up getting eliminated. He internalized this, harbored this, devised this devious game plan, and then they get on Rivals the next season, and he executes his game plan and steals it from her. $500K in his pocket, 0 in hers. She never showed back up on the challenge again.
Wow.
Iconic moment.
Shout out to Johnny Bananas.
Shout out to Johnny Bananas for getting
finale.
it done.
All right, that was a nice list there. All right, my number 5. I'm actually going to the world of MMA. Akin to your Khabib now. I am going to a finale. Dana White has coined this the most important fight in UFC history, the tough season 1 finale. Yeah. Bonner versus Griffin.
Yep.
We wouldn't have had 34 subsequent seasons if it wasn't for this fight. And we potentially wouldn't have the UFC as it is today if it was not for this fight.
Let me add, we might not have actually had the UFC, not even as it is today. Like, they put all their money into getting this on TV and hoping that this would happen.
And it delivered. Shout out to him. All-time moment. Not just for Tough, but the UFC and MMA as a whole. Wow. Number 4, The Sopranos. Controversial final if you've seen it. Don't Stop Believing. Everybody's walking into the diner. A couple sketchy people. A guy goes to the bathroom. And then it just, boom, cuts to black. People at the time, oh, that's nice. That's nice. People at the time literally thought their power went out.
Yeah.
Like they were like, what the fuck just happened? Because there's a pause there before they show the credits. And I'm talking like it's like, don't stop believe.
Yeah.
And it just cuts to black, and you're left to ponder what the fuck just happened. How could that actually be it? My theory is you're viewing it as Tony, and the guy that went to the bathroom went around behind him and shot him in the head and kills him, and that's it. You're following the story of Tony Soprano, and it ends right there. He's now dead.
You could pick this just because it's like iconic. Did you like it? Are you somebody who enjoyed it?
I liked it. I'm cool with it because I thought the show was like damn near perfect all the way up until it. And then I like the whole, like, it leaves it up to interpretation.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I didn't have a problem with it. Loved the show as a whole, especially living in this area. I watched The Sopranos when I lived in New Jersey. So it was kind of fun. I felt like you related to it more. All-time show, all-time classic. Number 3 actually took place this year. The 2025 French Open final, Carlos Alcaraz versus Jannik Sinner, number 1 versus number 2 in the world. They had many battles this year, but this is the key moment to look at. If you don't know tennis, Alcaraz is down 2-1. It's the first to 3, best of 5. He is down a break, which means Sinner will be serving for the match. But right now he is serving, down love 40. Sinner has 3 championship points. To put this into perspective on this, if you know betting odds, At this moment, Alcaraz is plus 4,000 on the live line. Should have been even higher. Like, he is dead to rights. Even if he comes back and wins this game, he then has to break Sinner's serve just to be able to try and attempt to force a tiebreak in this set. And then he needs to go on and win the 5th set.
This is a Leon Edwards.
This is a holy fucking shit. I cannot believe he does that. Yes, Leon Edwards is a proper comparison. He fucking does it. He pulls it off. He comes all the way back. I mean, and it's not like it was easy in the 5th set either. They go to a fucking tiebreak in the 5th set. Like, it was unbelievable. And like, if you're looking at the first one, he's down 2 sets to love and gets broken in the first game. It's like, this guy is fucked. And then comes back, wins that set.
Yeah.
And then he's dead to rights, triple championship point for Jannik Sinner. And then he comes all the way back, wins the 5th set. One of the greatest sporting events I've ever watched, the best tennis match I've ever watched. It was unbelievable. World number 1, world number 2, iconic scenes, cinema, unreal. Let's keep it rolling to more cinema in sport. The 2022 World Cup final. Megastars pitted against each other. Lionel Messi versus Kylian Mbappe. This moment right here in the 123rd minute to try to seal the victory for France gets blocked. Before that, you have Messi with 2 goals. Kylian Mbappe gets a penalty and then follows it up a minute later in the 81st minute with an absolute screamer to tie it up 2-2. And then in extra time, it felt like they were going to score a million times over. Mbappe ends up with a hat trick. It goes to penalties. And the biggest, maybe Ronaldo, but one of the biggest stars in the entire sport gets his moment. World Cup victory. Lionel Messi in Argentina. Wow. Absolute scenes. 3-3 to penalties. Both of them scoring in extra time as well. One of the best sporting events I've ever watched. It was an absolute classic. Me and my roommate were just sitting on our couch and like, you're in the 75th minute and you're like, damn, Argentina really just kind of rolled to this. And then it's just like, hold on, bro. Like, it's about to get fucking crazy. And it did. Because like, even in the first half of extra time, it felt like they were all going to score like 10 times before they finally ended up scoring it. Cinema to the highest extent. Absolute perfection when it comes to sport. And then number 1, perfection in the form of television, and that is my favorite show of all time, and that is Felina. The finale to Breaking Bad ends as the camera rises, Walter White bleeding out on the ground.
Fucking hell.
Walt dies, but the family gets the money. The rivals are dead, and he frees Jesse Pinkman to go to Alaska. A bow on the gift that is Breaking Bad. Shout out to Vince Gilligan. Shout out to Walter White, Jesse Pinkman, and the whole crew. Bryan Cranston, obviously. Love Breaking Bad.
It's a great finale. I've heard postured many times that Ozymandias is the real finale, and this is epilogue. Where do you stand on that?
I think the fact that Walter White dies and everything in Felina, that's like the final shot, that is the finale. But every fucking season of Breaking Bad is perfect. If you're one of those guys, there's someone out there watching this right now and they're like, yeah, I tried to watch it, but like season 1's pretty slow. It's just like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Sit and watch it, dude.
It's a great show.
Sit and watch it.
Andy just said that's her.
Yeah, I'm sure. Makes sense. Yeah. It all adds up now.
Wait, what was the disconnect, Andy? Did it like you just didn't get into it at the time and now it's like it's too late, or you watched it and you didn't like it? Like, what? Tell me where you're at with it.
So I watched like maybe a couple of episodes in season 1, and I was just like, this is again, like I was like, this is too slow. But to be fair, I did the same thing with The Office, and then I tried again like 5 years later, and now it's one of my favorite shows. So it might have just been like a where I was.
Gotta try it
mentally, or maybe I was tired or something. Like I don't know, but I'm willing to give it another shot.
I say give it another shot.
Definitely just gave a couple of spoilers there. I rank the Breaking Bad as too slow take on similar planes as Lord of the Rings is just walking.
So do you think I need to rewatch Lord of the Rings now to give it another crack?
I think we should all go to the movie theater for the extended releases, re-releases in theaters.
There's more walking.
Could potentially be the last time that these are ever in theater.
Thank God.
No. That's not because people don't want to put them in. It's because, theaters might just die with this whole...
What is
Netflix.
The difference between the regular and the extended? What am I getting?
Yeah, more walking.
Fuck.
They actually
so
never
many
watched
hours.
the extended.
They actually put Gandalf on a treadmill.
The whole like montage of them warming up for the big walk.
They're like, we're getting ready to walk here.
Stay limber.
Another great finale. Better Call Saul from the same.
I never watched Better Call Saul. I love Breaking Bad.
recommend.
I've never watched it.
Breaking Bad to me is the OG. Plus, I absolutely love the cast, but Better Call Saul.
Honorable mention.
Is that over?
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, it's over.
Battle
Okay.
of Sephiroth.
Frankie.
I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, shit, why didn't I put that on the list? I'm like, you know what?
Yeah,
that is an absolute all-timer. Me and my brothers beat that on PC in like probably 2002 or something. And we had to leave to go to church or something, and we left it on in the middle of the battle because we were about to beat him, and my parents were like, we have to go, get out. And we were so nervous the entire time that we were going to lose the data and we weren't going to be able to beat him. But we came back and it was still where it was at, and we beat him. And
so not only was it an epic final boss battle, but your experience of it was also an epic kind of like.
If you've never been in it, it's like you literally like fight the dude in like a different universe. Like you're just like in space. It's crazy. He gets the torso with the horse and he starts flying and the music's epic. It's amazing.
I think that could have probably made the list over like, a mid-season in another season.
I definitely agree. You could have used that one to bolster your list, Frankie. Yep. Frankie, this might be a weird thing to ask. Do you ever go back and...
Only once. Oh, go ahead.
No. This wasn't about kissing your mother's ass. This is about, do you ever go back and watch your favorite boss battles from video games growing up on YouTube? Like, you don't want to go and replay the whole game, but you kind of want to just relive the boss battle
Absolutely. And I'll take it one further. Sometimes I watch the beginnings as well. Like, the beginning of Final Fantasy VIII is goated. Like, I was so excited when that was coming out as a kid, and like it still delivers. I think it's some of the best like direction you could do for an intro to a game.
Yep.
So yeah, I do that.
Sometimes I'll watch just whole walkthroughs and I'll just kind of click through to different parts. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. I did that for Banjo-Tooie recently. Shout out.
Would you rather watch that or a mediocre movie about the game that includes some of those notes? Like, would you rather watch as they constructed it, but it's like somebody else playing, so you're not really like getting the dopamine hit, you're not getting it as like strong? Or would you rather watch like a new thing where they're like cribbing the video game, making a movie version, so it's like something new and exciting for you, but it's like good to maybe like almost great, but not like perfect?
No, I want to rewatch the battle because
watch
it's like
the OG.
It's the nostalgia hit.
Because you have your memories of it.
Yeah. You're just like reliving.
Yeah. I never have been able to rewatch video games.
Oh fuck! I'll go back and watch like the Elite Four of Pokemon Red every once in a while.
Because it's not me, I'm kind of just like bored. Like I'm bored of that.
I just want to relive it. The music, everything.
Doesn't hit for me. I don't know why.
Pretty cool.
Doesn't hit.
Frank, we got any voicemails?
We do.
Ahoy.
Ahoy, ahoy. Hey, all boys in the back, is Paddy here, lads. I just wanted to come on here and address what's been going on with me fight being booked and that. I'm just not fucking asked about these haters saying I don't deserve a title shot and that. I've seen a graphic saying that they've had their combined loss streak of 30, whatever the fucking, that they're all washed and they're all fucking old and whatever. But lads, I don't give a fuck. It's the fucking Paddy show here, and I'm ready to fucking win the belt, lads. Honest to God, Gaethje's just not been a fucking sane since he had his fucking chin spun by Holloway in the last second. And it's just going to be easy work for me, boys. But, while I'm getting all this flack, I need to share. I've got a big sacrifice I'm making here. We all know I don't goose me dead in the fight camp. But as much as that's a disappointment, we all know I love my food. And ruining me Christmas dinner and my birthday fucking munch, boys. It's just hard, boys. But, I gotta fucking dig deep if I'm gonna be the champ. And then once I'm the interim title, I'm ready to spin the chin on fucking hand sanitizer. Boy, it's gonna be fucking brilliant, lads. It's gonna be a great 2026 for me. And yeah, I just want to say all the love and support from old Berksy and Eric and Frank the Mystery Nonce.
Frank the Mystery Nonce.
I appreciate that, Patty.
Thanks,
appreciate
Patty.
It, man. Good luck next month. Yeah, good luck next month,
Thanks,
man.
Patty.
We can't wait, dude. We can't wait. Honestly, it could be a big 2026 for him.
Yeah, huge.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
My name's Tim. I don't know how long I've been listening to, but just wanted to say thank you for sticking around during Thanksgiving because I was home alone watching my sister's dog, so no family this Thanksgiving. It got me thinking, with 6 weeks of no MMA until January 24th, will we still have the boys in the back? Anyways, you guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me on Thanksgiving. Not literally, but you guys are awesome. Have a good day.
We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate the call, Tim. Appreciate you listening, man. Sorry you had no fam on the Thanksgiving. Watch the sister's dog. Where's the sis at?
Who knows? Maybe at Thanksgiving.
Cabo?
Who's to check?
Who's to check, man? We appreciate you, Tim. Yes, you still have the boys in the back. This is the last one for 2025, but we'll be back on January 8th, that Thursday. And then we'll obviously do the following 15th and then 22nd leading into UFC 324.
Yeah.
We'll be here, baby.
Uncrowned shows will be dark for about a 2-week little stretch, but we'll be back.
Typical times. The last Ariel Helwani show is the 22nd. We'll be back on the 5th.
Yeah, we'll be back. We will not leave you hanging till the first UFC event. There will be plenty of content before
back with the award show.
Yes.
Yo, what's up, boys? The sport has become a complete fucking joke. We're fucking Kamaru Usman's fighting for the title.
Maybe.
Michael Morales is right there. He's been lighting dudes up.
Yep.
He's throwing shit that's so unorthodox. Punches are coming from completely different angles. He's got an 82-inch reach. He's throwing shit that hits you fucking behind the head, and then you're fucked. If one of them even grazes you anywhere in the back of your head, your chin, anything, he's clearly most deserving for the next title shot, especially the way he dispatched Sean Brady. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks.
Yeah, I agree. I think it should be Michael Morales or a Shavkat or a Carlos Prates or an Ian Gary or any of the young up-and-comers that are ranked ahead of Kamaru Usman. But sport's not a meritocracy, so we'll see what we end up with.
I just appreciate his passion for Michael Morales.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Throws the fucking
It's similar to
things
you.
Yeah.
When you were like, ass out. His ass is so out there.
His ass was so out there.
He's still striking. He's jabbing his face off. Look at his ass. All right, man,
I don't know
chill.
if I said look at
Michael Morales' ass. Without the sex.
Without the sex. Naturally.
What's up, boys?
What's up,
man? It's Thursday.
Sure is.
Just drove home from work. I'm sitting in my car. I was listening to your show on the way home, and it got me fucking fired up.
Fuck yeah.
A little bit. Listening to all that chat about the fights that have been announced, the matchups that have been chosen. And my question to you guys is this the most, dumb fuck era of MMA ever? Are we at peak stupid? Have we reached peak stupid in MMA? Fucking hell, man. If I gotta watch Kamaru Usman fight for the title, I might just claw my eyes out. I thought it was pretty fucking dumb the first time around. They started calling him the greatest welterweight ever after George St. Pierre, the post-GSP era when Dana White started calling Kamaru Usman the greatest welterweight of all time. That's when I thought we were at pretty peak stupid, but lo and behold. And what is the possible selling point for Katie versus Ronda? She can't get kicked in the head this time, so she has a chance. Jesus fucking Christ. I hope your editor didn't have to work overtime bleeping those ones out.
He did.
Take care, lads.
Shout out, Jake.
Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate the call. Yeah, I don't know. Is that how it's gonna go? The Pride era, the Connor era?
Okay. Let me just say,
the dumb fuck era.
Don't get me wrong. We are definitely in a dumb fuck era. This is happening. But there really was we're looking at this through nostalgia glasses. There was a time that Fedor, the best fighter in the world, was fighting freak show circus fights. Even in the UFC, Anderson Silva's fighting Forrest Griffin and Stephen. It wasn't always a meritocracy. The big difference for me now is that back then MMA was a little bit of banned Wild Wild West. Anything can happen. Now it's become much more of a real mainstream sport, and you would think that those things get left in the past, and now we're still seeing some of the the carryover from it. But don't get me wrong, there's been some circus dumb shit that happened back in the day, and way worse than anything like a Kamaru Usman title shot. It's just that was the nature of the sport back then, and now it has become like real. Like this is a real sport now. This is on ESPN now, Paramount. Like this is a real deal sport.
The sport also, it's not like it's been a meritocracy and we lost that at this point now. I think the thing here is that it's just like a collision of so many happening at one time. Like you're getting the Gaethje Pemblin, now we might be getting Usman, and Arman's not getting a title shot. No, and Diego Lopez is getting the immediate rematch. It's like sort of like this tornado of all these fights getting announced, and you're just like, wait, no, that should be Lerone Murphy. No, why is Arman not in there? And like, we're really talking about an Usman title fight when you have all these contenders here? I feel like it's just kind of a bombardment of it.
As I said all along, it's for me, I think it's a UFC optics issue. Yeah. If they just came out and said, yeah, we make dumb fuck fights, so what? What are you going to do about it? It'd be way different than if they're like, well, this is the number 1 ranked guy against the number 3 ranked guy. Like, how many times does Dana White get on those stupid, like, if you don't know, now you know, and be like, this is the number 3 rank versus the number 6, where he's reading off the paper, talking all this shit. Just pretend those don't exist. Fuck the rankings.
2 things about the Usman thing. 1, that fight has not been booked yet. There is still a world where they do not book it. I understand that it looks like it is trending towards that, but there is still a world where they do not book it. Number 2, on the Usman thing, we haven't seen the fight happen yet. So if anything other than, it's almost like the Jake versus AJ thing. Yeah. If anything other than Islam just rolling through him happens, if it's competitive, if it's like God forbid, if it's a 48-47, Dana White will get on that dais and just be like, told you.
Ali will be firing up 6 Twitter accounts.
We make the best fights around here.
Yeah.
You think we don't know our own roster? We know our own roster.
What do I always say? You cannot judge a card until it happens.
And this is, even if it's a 49-46, I think they'll still be like that.
Yeah. After John Jones disposed of the body of Stipe, it was like, all right, cool, we did it.
It's a win-win for the fucking UFC. If they're going to make the matchup, they're going to sell it, it'll do big numbers. And if it's competitive, he's just like, what'd I tell you? We make the best fights, all right?
Yep.
And if it's not, he's going to be like, Islam's just that good.
Yeah.
We needed to see it, and we saw it.
We needed to see it, for sure.
Hey, Frank, this is the guy that just dropped all the top 5s on everybody.
We're not going to
my
play
name's
those?
Jason. I live in Maryland. It's tough. 3 calls. I am still currently watching here in the background. The Salsa Boys in the back. That's pretty fucking strong.
Who the fuck
All right.
is this?
All right, good talk. I'll see you guys out there.
Yeah, see you out there, Jason. See you out there.
So Frank only played the 1 and not the ones before. That's an interesting
Literally
move.
goes from number 12 to number 14.
That's interesting.
I am a see you out there guy. Last night we were at our Christmas party, and me and Frank were both in the bathroom, and he was still in the stall or whatever doing his business, but I was going to hit him with a, see you out there, man.
You were going to tap on the stall door to say, no, I dropped my water bottle.
I dropped my stall. And I actually awkwardly waited
outside. Like a nuke just went off in here.
There's ice in it. Wait, you were going to you're going to give him one of these?
Just give him the, see you out there, man.
See you out there, Frank.
Normally you hit like the towel.
I thought you were still in the stall, so I was actually hanging around the bathroom thinking
whoa, you were hanging around the bathroom.
Oh, you were just, and it was a multi-gender common room waiting for a bunch of private stalls. So Frank was just,
the funniest is people's expression when they open the door and they think they're in the wrong bathroom.
Frank was just at the corporate holiday party with his hands in his pockets, strolling around the bathroom,
walking around the
Connor,
bathroom.
Yeah,
Connor, are you there?
Connor, yeah, nice. See you guys out there. As if we're about to go play for the Super Bowl or something.
Yeah, like it.
What is up, you guys? It is Steven from Washington
Steven?
Heights, right up the street from you folks.
Hey, shout out to Washington
I
Heights.
don't have a question today. I honestly just wanted to show some gratitude and some appreciation for you guys.
Fuck.
I'm actually part of your 0.1% of listeners this year for my YouTube rap. And I just want to let you guys know how much you mean to us. And by us, I mean this community. A few months ago, I was completely homeless. I had nothing in my name, couldn't get enough money to buy a meal. Now, I moved back to New York City, and I am better than I have ever been before.
Fuck yeah.
And honestly, part of that is thanks to you guys. You guys helped me keep me sane during that time, kept me afloat, and always kept me laughing. I appreciate all you guys, Andy, Jordan, Frank, GC, but a special shout out to New York's own, baby. New
Let's
York
go,
Rick.
baby.
Let's go.
Love you guys. Keep doing your thing, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.
Fuck.
Damn, Steven. Congratulations on turning your life around, man. That's incredible to hear. We are super stoked for you, dude. Appreciate the call. Appreciate you listening. And most importantly, congrats, man. Keep going.
Yes.
Keep going.
Keep it up. Love that.
This message is not for the boys in the back.
Okay.
This message is for Frank only.
Okay. We'll tune
Frank,
out.
why did you play that shit, bro? I get home from work. I'm excited to watch the boys in the back thinking, oh man, I really hope they didn't play that embarrassing ass series of voicemails I left. But you did, bro. Why? I had trouble sleeping last night, Frankie. Anyways, add me on Steam. My username's Jack. Maybe we can play Counter-Strike.
Oh, Frank
You
loves
know,
Counter-Strike.
actually, you're probably going to play this on air, so I might as well ask a question. Yo, guys, when was the time you really enjoyed something, but you had an embarrassing moment absolutely ruin it for you? You couldn't go back to it. Thanks. This is Jack from Massachusetts.
Appreciate you, Jack. Embarrassing moment that completely ruined something. I don't know.
I don't have one. I don't have a great one.
I don't think I have a great one either. I'm trying to think of the last time I was like embarrassed as fuck. The Yuri thing was tough. What about you, Frank?
Did it ruin Yuri for you forever?
No. I'm still a Yuri
I think
guy.
the moments that I've been embarrassed have overshadowed any like memory of enjoyment. Do you know what I mean? Like if something was truly embarrassing, like the things that led up to the embarrassing moment don't mean shit anymore. It's just an embarrassing moment.
I'm trying to think the last time I was like really just like wanted to crawl out of my skin embarrassed. Like I'm talking to where like it's like really not even that funny. Like the Yuri thing you can at least like laugh about. It's funny. I'm trying to think of the last time where I was just like, oh fuck, dude, I cannot believe I did that. I don't know. I can't think of any. It's probably since like high school.
When you get stoned and you get that anxiety, are you like, oh shit, why would I ever have said that in my life? And then you're like in a spiral. Happens to me all the time. It's a big issue.
You say something that you're like, oh fuck.
Like I will be sitting in bed like stoned, and then I'll be like, oh my god, at 9 o'clock, why did I say that out loud to other people? That was probably the dumbest thing I could have ever said.
Nah, man.
Okay,
sorry, I just want to be clear. You're thinking back on old shit you said?
Like that day.
No, it's a real thing.
Okay.
No. That's a real thing. Like I used to never get paranoid when I got high. Now it's like
it's through the roof.
Sometimes it's just like a little uncomfortable. Sometimes you gotta like be like, yo, it's all good. You'll wake up completely fine and not be worried about any of this shit. I don't know what happened. Strain stronger? Am I just a bitch? Too many responsibilities on my plate. Have you guys seen this new thing that's been coming out? I keep seeing the New York Post talking about it. It's like SEMA or something, CHS or something like that. It's like people who smoke too much get this thing called scromiting, where they're vomiting so much they scream from pain. And like
what?
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't
this
mean
new
to
thing.
laugh.
I think you have
Scrum?
to. Yeah, I think you have to like smoke like a shit ton for like years and years, and you're
throwing up and just you can't like
you cannot stop puking.
Now
You
I'm
have
gonna
to
be
go to
thinking
the
of
ER.
this shit the next time I light up.
No, I think you gotta smoke like a lot over like the course of years, and like the only way to stop is to just quit smoking.
Better do it.
Probably just quit smoking.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out.
What's up, fellas? It's Connor. I got two things for you today. First off, an idea. New York Rick, I know you probably will like this, but I think you guys could implement something similar to the Ringer with Guess the Lines. Could be a fun idea with cards moving forward. And then second is a question. Is Bilal Muhammad the most disrespected / meme fighter of all time? Looking at some of the stuff, obviously, without the sex, but then when he first became champion, DC said Leon Rocky Edwards. When he tried to do a face-off with Shavkat, they didn't even know he was champion, as Joe Rogan said on the mic. And then, of course, like even up to his title run, he had to win something like 9 fights, and everyone, his nickname, remember the name, and the whole thing was remember the decision. So just curious, is there anyone that comes to mind that maybe is more disrespected than him? And love the show. Keep it going.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's got to be up there because when you think about it, like a guy like Mofsar, it's almost
he doesn't exist.
I was gonna say this is kind of mean, but it's like the Mad Men meme where it's just like
I don't think about you at all.
Yeah, I'm over you, and it's like I don't think about you at all.
Yeah,
like that's kind of what it is like with Mofsar. Like there's times where you're just like, oh yeah, Mofsar is 19-0 on a 9-fight win streak, like, or I mean a 9-fight UFC win streak. So like that's like another level. Like Bilal is like he puts himself out there and like people just shit on him relentlessly. I don't know, man.
I think he is the most disrespected, but without the sex.
Because like, dude, there's without the sex for sure.
For sure.
Because like there's a guy like Colby Covington, like people shit on him, but like he had a strong fan base.
But people, in addition to shitting on him, also love him.
That's what
you
I'm saying.
will not find the Bilal Muhammad hive.
I've never even come across someone on social media that's just like, bro, I'm a diehard for Bilal.
No. He's the number one.
Like I feel like the biggest you get is just like someone being like, yeah, you know, I support him. He's fine.
He was a UFC fucking champion, and everybody's like, fucking loser, you suck, cringe, you suck.
I was watching with one of my boys, who first time I was watching a UFC card with him for the Qatar card, and like he's like, I fucking hate Bilal. He's like, I fucking hate him, and I was like,
why?
I was like, I mean, he's fine. Like, yeah, like he's a little bit like dorky, and like some people don't like his fighting style, but like he's not that bad. He's like, nah. I fucking hate him. He's like, I'm taking Gary by knockout. I was like, I don't think that's gonna happen. And he's like, I just hope it does. I was just like, dude, I was like, chill on him,
This
bro.
dude hated him.
Hated him, man.
Oh, fuck.
Hated him.
That's great. But yeah, it's probably Bilal.
Yeah, he's
without the sex.
He's up there without the sex.
Yo, boys in the back.
What's up?
It's Jimmer.
Jim.
First off, shout out On Air Jordan. Congratulations, brother, on the new baby.
Brina, shout out.
Yeah, man. Just hope everything's healthy and happy, and yeah, dude, just fucking awesome for you, man. Anyway, question this week for Frankie. Frankie, you said you were starting Metroid, bro. I'm not buying the game unless it gets the fucking Frankie seal of approval. So
give it to us, Frank.
Let me know, dog. Early first impressions, you know. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I should buy it or not. Yeah. All right. Anyways, deuces. Love you guys.
Love you too, Jim. Jim
Shout
needs
out,
to know,
Jimmer.
Frankie, what do you think? You already finished the playthrough. What do you think?
Didn't finish the playthrough. But I had this conversation with Al Shadi the other day, which was the same thing. He was like, I'm on the fence. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then by the time I was done talking, he said he was going to buy it. Need to check in on that. I haven't gotten to play too much. Been a little busy around here. However, what I've played, I've liked. Just manage your expectations. Like, they're not rocking the boat. They're not creating anything absolutely new. Like, it's a continuation. I've waited...
It's not glowing.
18 years for the next Metroid Prime. It came out. It's hitting it. But I'm in absolutely no rush to finish it because, like, it could be another 18 years before I see the fifth.
You waited 18 years for this, and you're like, manage your expectations.
Yeah.
This guy is a simp for Samus, and we're getting a...
He said it's hitting it, first of all. Whoa, super whoa. And then he's like, but it's okay so far. Like, he's doing
if
just say you don't like it, Frank.
If
I'd absolutely
if the most biased Metroid fan I know is like, damn your expectations, I'm not really looking forward to finishing it, I'd skip.
No, this is actually... A lot of people have been shitting on it because they're like, I don't know what they're expecting or what they expected.
You think the time between has created these impossible to reach expectations.
Right. And like you could tell from the hype train. It's like, guys, you're aiming too high. Like that's not what's going to happen. Because Metroid as an entire, like it started a whole genre called Metroidvanias, right? They're not going to reinvent the wheel each time.
Yeah.
And if that's what you're looking for, then find that. But as far as a Metroid Prime game goes, it's fucking nailing it.
So it's fair to say if you grade it without those built-in expectations, it's a good game,
Right.
and Jimmer should.
If people are looking for, okay, this is a genre that I've never played before, and the hype is so great, I've never played a Metroid, this is going to be the one that seals the deal. Like, if you haven't already known what makes the genre good, I don't know how to explain it to you. Like, it's a good game, though.
Okay.
Fine fucking game, dude. But support the cause.
I
We'll
still
get a
feel
fifth
like
one.
that's a fuck no.
Yeah.
Though.
Hey, what's up, boys in the back? This is Chris from Northern California,
What's up,
Shasta
Chris?
County,
What's up, Chris?
a.k.a. Calabama. Just wanted to shout out everybody on this final Saturday pay-per-view morning.
Oh,
it's calling
Little
from Saturday.
nostalgic. Gonna miss paying that $80 a month
Me
to
too, man.
watch what will be free on Paramount Plus. Want to also say shout off to New York Rick and GC on the prop quiz performance. Rick kept him honest in the end, but GC knows ball like no one else.
He knows ball.
Yes, sir.
That's all I got. Just wanted to send you guys some appreciation. Let's go Marab. Let's go Pandoja. I was there when he won his belt at UFC 290, Las Vegas International Fight Week.
Tough one.
No shot he loses it today. I hope this ages well. All right, peace.
I hope this ages well. Oh, fuck.
It did not.
It didn't
As a
age
man
so
who was
good.
cheering for both of them as well, it did not. It did not. That's all right.
Oof.
Well, that's all right. We got two new great champions in Piotr Jan and Josh Van.
And they'll be back. But we do appreciate the love. Like, that was great. Thank you for checking in.
Boys in the back,
Prop quiz
how the
was fun.
devil are we? This is Danny calling in from Doncaster again. I called in last week to publicly ask my mate to be one of my groomsmen.
Yes,
I
Harry
feel like I need
Styles.
to clear up some confusion.
Okay, yes, please do.
I think I've been mates with this guy for so long that I've become numb to the fact that he shares his name with an A-list celebrity. I do regret to inform you that my Harry is not the Harry Styles you were thinking of.
Okay.
He is,
can't
however,
just
the
say Harry
grandson
Styles
of World Cup 1966 winner Nobby Styles, which is pretty fucking cool. Also, I chat with my missus, and the wedding invitation stands. So hop on that Yahoo PJ, swing by Dublin and grab pizza, and we'll sink a few cold ones. Peace.
Say?
All right, so we're invited to the wedding still, but I will admit, you can't say Harry Styles into a mic and expect anybody to be like, oh, your mate Harry Styles, the non-superstar guy.
What did he say?
His dad was
player's last name World Cup winner?
His dad was like a
Nobby Styles.
Nobby Styles, yeah.
Holy shit. All right, so Nobby Styles is going to be there?
Is he like, well, give me like the rundown. Give me like a career retrospective
Okay,
on
so
Nobby
it
Styles.
has to be his grandfather. Rest in peace to Nobby Styles. It has to be his grandfather. This is also Styles, Stiles.
Tell me.
Born 1942, passed away in October of 2020, Manchester, England. Was on Manchester United, 311 appearances for him for 11 years. And I think he was on the 1966 World Cup winning team.
Oh,
shit. Sure was. He sure was. Shout out to Nobby Styles.
All right.
Yeah, wedding, when did he say the date was?
I don't remember.
We'll be there.
Yeah, send those invites. Just everybody in Ireland, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll grab pizza.
Yeah, like pizza will get it for us.
What up, boys?
What's up, bro?
Thomas from Queens.
What's up, Thomas?
Question for George O'Connor.
Yes, sir.
Did you happen to catch the trailer for Project Hail Mary, which dropped after the Thursday night Cowboys and Lions game? And
That's a great
are you pumped to go watch it? The trailer gave me super Interstellar vibes.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. Just wanted to ask my guy Connor a question because I know he loves space. All right, boys. Have a good one.
Love space. Great question. Interstellar is my all-time favorite movie. Went and watched it in IMAX last year for the 10-year Annie. Just confirmed that it's the greatest movie ever made. Absolutely love it. 2, didn't watch the trailer for Project Hail Mary because I read the book, so I already know what happens. I know for a fact I'm going to see the movie. I don't want anything ruined about it.
I like this.
So I want to go in blind.
Good move.
Raw dog, as the kids would say, into the movie, but I will absolutely be there. Love Ryan Gosling. Loved the book. I read it in January, and up until now, it is still my favorite book of the year. Andy Weir, shout out. Been begging Frank to read it. He's just been no selling me the entire time. He's never going to read it. He's like, well, go see the movie. Because like that's usually how it goes. The movies always blow the books out of the water. Can't wait for it.
Literally did not say that.
No, actually, word for word, I said
I saw the trailer and it looks like trash, but I'll still give the book a chance. And I love Ryan Gosling.
Was this in the bathroom at the holiday?
I don't need all the I'm gonna science the shit out of it. Like that's so dumb. And that's exactly what they did in The Martian. And you told me that the book doesn't do that.
Science the shit out of it is a line from The Martian.
It's young adult literature. You can keep it.
Pause that for a second. Love the don't watch the trailer.
sure.
Go like that's a very good move.
If anyone ever shows me a trailer, if I've decided that I'm going to see the movie, I cut it off. I'm done. I'm good. I don't need to see it.
I've been very I don't want trailers or ancillary things. I know I'm going to watch this. Let me just go into
Sold.
it. I've been on that for a while.
I have a friend that sends me a trailer for every fucking movie that comes out. I don't watch any of them. I don't need it. There's times where I'm deciding on what movie I want to watch, and I'll start up a trailer. I can get 12 seconds into it and be like, I'm watching it, don't need to see anymore. Done.
Good.
I'm about to watch it myself.
Good strategy. Bodkins.
What's good, boys? It's your boy Bodkins, baby. Boys, 6 long weeks after this Saturday. 6 long weeks. What are we supposed to do for 6 long weeks? Spend time with our family? That sounds awful. I mean, I know we're going to have a little bit of football kind of sprinkled in if that's your game. That's my game a little bit. So, you know, we'll be tuned in. But 6 weeks without the UFC, 6 weeks of, like, I don't know, like spending time with your family and going to, like, Christmas things. Count me out, but I guess I got to be in. Boys, I got to ask you, what's you guys' play after those long watch-alongs? Is the play like you go home or you just pull out a cot there in the studio and take a nap and then go home? Obviously, you guys had the last one, hopefully the last long one, right, this past Saturday. You know, other than that, Frankie, shout off, baby. See you later. Bodkins out, baby.
I love Bodkins, man.
My man. Shout off. Forgot about that one last week. Frank's trying to get that to catch on. The plan of the watch parties is, I mean, we have to go. The crew in the back is still working during the post shows as well. We kind of deconstruct the set, everything like that, kind of mosey over. The watch parties take it out of you, man. Because you're talking the whole time, because you're reacting, because you got these big bright lights on you, and it's late as fuck. By the time it's over, like, you're pretty wiped. So it's just go home. During the daytime ones, which we get rarely, maybe twice a year, we go out for like dinner or drinks or something like that. But yeah, usually it's home, shower, bed, sleep as late as I can. I can't speak for the people with kids that get them up. But yeah, nothing hits like that shower post watch party at like 3:15 in the morning, and like you kind of just digest everything that happened.
I'm hitting that shower, but it's not till like 5. Me and Jordan are often carpooling, commuting back together. We've stayed a little later to make sure the post show gets
I'm also, as soon as that post show is gone, I'm just like, peace, y'all Ubers here, I'm out.
It's tough. It is definitely tough. But once I get home, I do get a second win. So it's typically like drop Jordan off, or Jordan drops me off, or whatever. Maybe sneak into some late night Taco Bell, get that going, hop in the shower. Then I get a little second wind, and maybe I'm on the computer for another hour or two.
Crazy.
6:30, crawl into bed, wake up like 8:30 because the kids are up, and then we just start the day.
I will say it is zombie mode. No matter how much sleep you get, like
I'm almost better with less sleep. Honestly,
like you can't sleep that late because it just gets so bright, and like you want to start your day, like your whole circadian rhythm and shit is fucked up. So like, yeah, it's always zombie mode on those Sundays.
Sunday is full zombie. Jordan, does that align?
All aligns.
Yeah. I mean, you're also lack of sleep at the moment, just like that's your
with the kid.
Default position.
The classic line is when we're leaving is the "see you tomorrow" because it's already Sunday, and we'll obviously be back again on Monday as well.
What's up, boys? It's Drew from Long Island. Quick question here. Is it possible that the UFC or Zuffa boxing could potentially become a feeder league of sorts to the other boxing leagues? I mean, if it's possible for a boxer to go from one to the other in terms of the Muhammad Ali Act, couldn't one grow up, per se, in Zuffa boxing, getting more money for the lower cost fighters, and then once they become either champion or something of a higher echelon, drop that and then go to the any other league and get those mega bucks that these other championship fighters are getting? Just want to hear your thoughts. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
So unlikely, because what they're trying to install with the Ali Revival Act is the UBO system, much like the UFC, where they'll probably be under exclusive contracts. They will probably fight for one promotion, their ranking systems, their belt, yada, yada, yada. And you wouldn't be able to kind of like traverse. That's the whole point. Like, there are going to be some boxers that stay with these sanctioning body systems and just like kind of like fight WBO, WBC, blah, blah, blah. And then there's going to be people who are just like, I'm locking into this thing, but they're not going to be bouncing. Like, if a guy became or a girl became good enough under this Zuffa boxing banner, the UFC would lock them up the same way they lock up UFC fighters. So you're not bouncing to another promotion. So I don't think that's possible. They wouldn't be a feeder. They'd be a separate thing.
I was going to say, with who is running the show, with the attempts that they're making with this Muhammad Ali expansion, enhancement, revival act, whatever you want to call it, however many names it has, with the moves they're making and the people that are running the show over there, they're not in this to be a feeder league.
No.
If they get talent and they get stars, they will build them, they will lock them into contracts, and they will make sure that the best are within their organization.
Yeah.
The people that are heading up WWE, which is like damn near a monopoly on wrestling, and the UFC, which is a damn near monopoly on mixed martial arts, is not looking to join boxing and be like, we're a feeder league. Like, yeah, for sure. Go fight with Matchroom now that we've built you up as a star. They will lock them into these contracts and make sure they don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
D-O-N-N-D-A, man. It is I, for those listening to the show for the first time, you haven't been caught up.
He's back.
Don Davis, the president and founder of the PFL. Boys, I've missed you. I've missed everybody. And I've been very busy
Lyon.
enjoying extended vacation with the family. Took the wife and kids on a tour, some great locations. We started off in Kansas City, headed down to Iowa City, and running out the trip right now in Baku, Azerbaijan. It's amazing,
Classic
to see these
road
places.
trip,
And they hadn't been on my radar, but here we are, and it's amazing. It's good to take some time off of the sport we love, but I had to call back in. I had to break my silence because of a tough turn of events. Yes, Tom DiGennaro lost to a fighter named John Hancock, no relation to the more famous John Hancock, and he was a huge favorite. Beethoven Symphony has gone nowhere.
No.
We absolutely support you. You will be back better.
Yes, he will.
And,
love that.
Boys, let me know what words of support you have to offer to our friend Tom DiGennaro. Frank, I haven't forgot about you either, buddy. Add me back on Rock Simulator. That is exactly what it sounds like. Frank knows what's up. It's a multiplayer game. You simulate the experience of being a rock, watching the landscape around you change and evolve. Take care, boys. Look forward to what's to come in this great sport of ours in 2026. Take it easy.
Fucking hell. Thank you, Don. It's good to have you back, buddy.
It's good to have you back.
My man.
He's referring to Tommy DiGennaro, Beethoven.
Yeah.
Beethoven, the grappler, who we became aware of because of Ally Quinta and Don Davis calling in and Foe offering him to come on the card, but unfortunately he got his first loss. But he will be back. He will be back, and he'll be back better than ever.
We're Beethoven guys over here.
The best in the world face losses, and that is what you are sure to be. Shout out to Beethoven, bro.
Every time that he has a video game suggestion for Frank, I'm like, surely this is not like it cannot be real. It can't be real. It cannot be real. And sure enough, the Rock Simulator is exactly what you'd imagine it to be. You plant a rock somewhere and you just do nothing.
Oh, and you actually just do absolutely nothing.
It's just a rock. You're just.
Can the rock get cooler over time? Can you get points or anything?
I don't know. No, you're just a rock.
Rocks don't get points.
Shout out Rock Simulator. Thank you, Don. We love you.
Boys, this is Swole Mouse, SWOLEMAU5 from Austin, Texas. Shout out.
What's up, Swole Mouse?
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Okay.
I'm a diehard MMA fan and a full-time health and fitness coach.
Sick.
I listen to you guys every week, and I feel like we are all best friends at this point, but not in a weird, creepy way, more of like a cool, popular way. But I have to know, is there any other fans who have had Frank's soundboard become a permanent part of their everyday conversations? None of my bros know what the hell I'm talking about when I hit them with the random, stop checking shit, or who's to check. Or on Thanksgiving when my girl said, we have bills to pay in conversation, and I immediately yell, who the fuck is we? I didn't go over too well. Man, thanks for all you guys do. And I want to thank Dana for giving us all the explanation we need for the matchmaking in January with an all-time great quote. That's what we came up with in the war room. Peace.
That's what we came up in the war room. Most people aren't going to get the drops. This is a niche community, so the real ones know. But yeah, I wouldn't expect to be able to just drop that in everyday conversation and people understand it.
I sympathize with you. I also dropped the "Who the fuck is we" with my wife recently. I let the boys know on the group chat, and yeah, you got to be careful with that one. That one's dangerous. That one's very dangerous. You gotta have that in the right hands.
That's fucking illegal.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful. Who's the check?
What's up, guys? My name is Adam. I'm a South Florida videographer.
Oh, shit, what's up?
Recently, I got into the combat sports niche probably around 2 years ago. My first fight I watched was Jake Paul Ben Askren. Surprisingly enough, I know it's a little embarrassing, but now I do this full time. I film UFC fighters, boxers, all these guys. Recently, I started filming for America Top Team, so all their new video content is all me.
Sick, man.
And yeah, I just know you guys are coming to Miami, so I want to extend my free services to you guys. Whatever you want, it would be a sincere honor to film for you guys. I'm a big fan, watch all your stuff. So yeah, whatever you need, Reels, YouTube, you want to start OnlyFans, dip each other shrimp cocktail, iced coffee, dip it all over each other. I'll film that too, so whatever you guys want. Love the show, guys. Appreciate you. Really hope we can link up. See you guys next week.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you shooting your shot. And now I'll pass you off to executive producer New York Rick for the decision making.
My email is in my X bio. Shoot me an email. Glad you reached out.
What's up, boys in the back? It's Nico from Miami calling again.
Yeah, my guy Nico.
I'm actually driving back home to New York right now for Christmas break. We'll listen to
driving
some old shows.
Driving from Miami.
I noticed I really hate it when Ariel just hammers the Yahoo button repeatedly. And if he has his own little drop button, I think the boys in the back should each get one drop button themselves. I know Who's to Check is really hot right now. Maybe an iron. Maybe I'm happy, thank you. But if you could only pick one drop to have on the button, like Ariel has with the Yahoo button, what would it be?
That's a great question.
And why? That's all I got. Have a good holidays. Peace.
So I think, appreciate the call, Nico. I think the thing I think he thinks he's like DJing when he's like,
yeah.
Please don't.
Frank hates it.
Yeah, I think he thinks he's like DJing when he's hitting it. You gotta let that puppy sing, man. You gotta let it.
Yeet. What's your number one job?
Number one be?
You have to put it on the button. I think the key is it can't be the long ones because then you're like interrupting for too long. You got to do.
Keep pinging the comments.
Is that yours?
Not that bad. Nah, mine might be.
Who's the check?
Mine would probably be between keep my fucking name out your mouth.
Keep my fucking name out your mouth.
I already know mine.
So good.
Mine is 100% locked in.
Or Poirier's "Who the fuck is we?" Just because he says it with such.
Who the fuck is we?
It's there's so much context around it, like the story behind it.
And that's mid-interview that he's saying that.
Mine is my number one. It's been number one since we dropped it, and I love it to death. It's D1 Glazer. D1 Glazer is
D1 Glazer.
The way this one fucking hits, the piercing sound of Logan Paul, it's so fucking good.
This guy's a D1 Glazer,
It just
bro.
destroys conversation.
Also, the storyline behind it as well. The fact that it's Logan on his own YouTube video secretly saying that about Ariel is
when Ariel's trying to do him put him over big and do him a favor, and he's just like D1. But the force with which D1 Glazer hits, I that has to be my button.
It's also like you gotta focus on like how applicable they are.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is we? You can use all the time.
Oh, 100%.
Keep my name out of your mouth.
Who's to check might be the most.
We don't care. Is also great.
Yeah, they're great.
My favorite is
it's tough.
It's
tough
because I was there when you said it unironically, like you were actually just saying it was tough, and then someone did the edit where it looked like you were saying.
Wait, Connor.
Also, do you know the lineage
origin,
behind the origin? Is like we were not talking about anything serious at all. It was something about like I want to say we were talking about cheesesteaks, and there was like a new cheesesteak that had just come out, and like Ariel was like, "How do you even make that?" He was doing he was doing the thing where like he's like kind of tease us up, and we don't really have anything to say, and the camera pans to me, and I'm just like, nah, it's tough. Like. You can see it in my face in the OG video. I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm like completely zoned out. I'm just like, it's tough.
It's tough.
is you're not choosing Turkey Million for a kitchen strap because Frank did not pick the right one. Like he picked the one that's not the original.
Frank got Pizza to re-record that, but also there just isn't. You can't use it that often.
The fact that this triggers me so much. I have no fucking idea.
Also, the best part about the It's Tough OG video is that it looks like I'm emotional. I'm
like you
it looks like
truly
you're
are invested in
despondent.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's tough. It's tough, man.
You would think if you didn't know the context, like something very bad happened to you in your life.
It's not even remotely serious.
It was cheesesteaks.
We were talking about some bullshit, dude. We were bullshitting heavy in it. And like Ariel does like what do you guys think? What do you think? And like sometimes we just have nothing to say. And it was one of those, but the camera panned to me. And I was just like, it's tough, man.
Oh, so good.
Hey boys, it's Michael calling from Covina, California.
Hey, shout out to Covina.
I have my first amateur title fight in MMA this Saturday.
Sick.
And I was just wondering if there's any advice. Sorry, cutting weight.
He got emotional.
I was just wondering if there's any advice you guys had for me before I go into this fight. You know, without the sex.
Without the sex, brother.
Anyways, thanks you guys for all that you guys do. Thanks for all the entertainment. Shout out New York Rick. Shout out GC. Shout out Mysterious Frank. Shout out Andy.
Yeah.
Shout out fuck, I don't know his name.
Damn.
I want to say Robbie. I'm sorry, I'm cutting weight. I forgot. Okay.
Is he talking
I'm
about
sorry.
Dan?
But yeah, any advice without the sex, preferably.
Dan or Jordan, one of the two. Either way, appreciate the call. Any advice? No, because I've never had to do that for a fight. I can give you words of encouragement, though.
Yeah.
You know?
You got him.
Hang in there. Hang in there. I know that has to be incredibly difficult. It is a massive taxing on your body. I don't plan on ever doing it. I mean, like, you know, pissing blood and being all drawn out and like insane dehydration. I have no words of advice because I've never experienced it. I've never lived it. You don't want words of advice from me. But words of encouragement, man, hang in there. Best of luck in the fight this weekend. We know you're going to crush it.
Yeah.
Send in a voicemail next week and tell us what round and what method of victory you finished your opponent with and how you became champion. And at that point,
listen to it in 3 weeks after that.
I think you want to do
weight cut will be
maximum damage while evading any damage being done to you.
Smart.
Well, he was really looking for words of advice on the weight cut.
Yeah, my only thing to add to what GC said is the other guy's suffering too.
Oh yeah.
Like just remember that when you're suffering, that other guy's suffering too. So take solace in that, and then come for blood and pick your teeth with his bones, and we'll talk about your championship run after that.
Breakfast salad, Frank? That's a good way to cut weight.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, maybe don't leave a voicemail because we're not going to get to it for weeks.
Yeah. Good point.
And good luck.
Good luck.
Yo, boys in the back.
What's up, bro?
Chunk from South Carolina. With the ESPN deal coming to a close, sort of the change of era, and Rick, I know you and Ariel have talked about, just how important your time there was, and shared little stories here and there. And so I was just wondering if you, in particular, have any others that, good or war stories that from your time at ESPN and building up the ESPN MMA channel. And I always think about the Yoel Romero Dirty Boxing interview, where you sort of like sat on that clip for a little bit, and then you're like, oh, this is gold, which it is. And so things like that are cool insights to hear. So anyways, love you guys, love the show. Frank, I love the new drop of Ariel, like yelling or whatever he does when he's supposed to drink. That made me laugh really hard earlier today. So yeah. All right, have a good one. Bye.
Appreciate the call, brother.
You're fortunate, and then you've got
some spit there.
Yeah,
I was fought an Ariel.
You're
Appreciate the call, brother.
In that you've got 4 ESPNers. No, 3? Yeah, 3.
3 ESPNers.
Ariel included, but he's not here to tell us.
Ariel included, so 4. I also didn't work on combat. I guess I did work on the Ariel Helwani radio show. That's how me and Ariel met. My one memory would be everyone cussing on the show. We were live on ESPN Radio, and all the fans would call in and be like, "Yo, I can't fucking wait for this fight tonight." And you're like, "Dump." Like it was a bad thing to be the board op on Helwani show on radio because it was your FCC regulations, and people are like, "Oh, this motherfucking fight's gonna be so fucking sick."
That's fucking illegal.
You'd be talking to the guy and you'd be like, "Please do not cuss when you get on." They'd be like, "Oh, for sure," and then they would cuss every time they went and got on. And also, last thing, they gave us free ESPN accounts, and the pay-per-views were already bought on them. So like that really kind of birthed my fandom because I was like, well, I can just watch it.
Yeah.
So I might as well.
Jordan, what about you? Memories?
The first card I went to, I believe, was the second card I went to was the Zhang Joanna fight. Incredible. Everyone on their feet.
248, I think that was?
I think it was 247.
Okay.
248, maybe. Who's to check?
Who's to check?
And then during that, I don't know if it was that media week or the other media week I went to, that
248.
Jose Aldo had an insane weight cut. And I was taking photos during media day when Ariel was interviewing people and I was with him. And he intentionally thought it was hilarious to tag me in a tweet with the picture of Jose Aldo just so my phone would not stop ringing for 2 straight days.
Love that.
Shout out.
The Yoel Romero is a classic. Shout out to Tessa Hirsch, my compatriot in the ESPN MMA growth, and everybody who was over there. Maybe a story I haven't told before. Pandemic. When it was the pandemic, everybody was going live on Instagram. That was the thing. Like, celebrities would just be going live on Instagram because everybody's in their house and they'd be making these things. From that, like me and Tessa and a few others were just like, hey, we should just like start having talent go live. This birthed the idea of DC and Ariel. Like it was birthed as like, yo, let's just go live and do a thing. We started thinking about how to like record it, turn it into a thing, and then DC and Ariel kind of like came from that. And then that initial run of DC and Ariel was just like incredible. Like that was just a fucking legendary time of content creation and the stories that came from that. It was a good run. I had no bad things to say about ESPN. I had a really good time at ESPN. Made some cool shit, did some fun things. Really that was the least amount of, that stretch was the least amount of interaction I had with Ariel in my entire career, which is hilarious because we were at the same company doing things, but I was really just primarily a social person. Jordan spent more time working on Ariel's show by magnitudes than I did during that stretch, which is something people probably wouldn't like know from the surface level. But yeah, I was not involved in the show. Jordan manned the ship then. Jordan, Jake, Elisa, Nick, who else? Jordan. Addison, shout out, legend. Vacation Brit, yes. So yeah, those were the people running the ship back then. And I was just off doing my social thing, but it was a fantastic time.
You actually put me over also because you would always post the things that we were producing during the week, and I had done the Billionaire Strut.
The Connor Billionaire Strut. I remember it well.
That thing was everywhere.
Yes, sir. Well, good job on that. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Man, shout out to ESPN.
Yeah.
Hey, boys are back. Shout out,
brother.
This is BA from Kansas City.
Shout out to Kansas City.
I just got a quick question. Does Frank's mom does she have OnlyFans? Just curious. You guys have a good one. And also, I know it's not going to happen. We've got a guy new PFL. I know he's coming up on, I guess it's shit's coming up the end, but we've got Stevenson. I know it ain't going to happen. I was probably going to sign UFC, but hypothetically, what do you guys think? Thanks. Frank to your mama said hey, and tell her make me a sandwich next time. Thanks, guys.
What the fuck did he say? Stevenson PFL.
Oh, is Gable Stevenson going to go to the PFL? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. It sounded like he was like, no, shit's coming to an end. Stevenson, PFL. He should have just ended it on the Frank's mom ass got OnlyFans.
How fucking disrespectful.
Does she have OnlyFans, Frank?
Does she?
I can't believe that made the cut.
You are the one who screens them.
I'm so upset.
You're the one who screens them, bro.
I can't believe it.
Yes, she does. She does. Subscribe, OnlyFans.com/
just hit me in my DMs. I'll give
Frank's mom's ass.
I mean, it would be smart if Frank managed it and then, made some
money. The only thing I managed was kissing that ass.
Jesus Christ.
Hey guys, 24-inch Dubs here. Scrolling through my Samsung TV Plus here channels.
guys trying to find something to watch tonight, go to channel, right in the sports section, channel 2341.
Yep.
Yahoo Sports Network is. Guess
And who's
who it
talking
is?
to
the
you?
Ariel Helwani Show.
Yeah,
right next
buddy.
to Jim Rome and Poker Stars TV. You're with good side counterparts here.
Hell yeah.
I'm up. Bye.
All right.
It's almost like we made, we're on TV now.
We're
like
on
we
TV.
said. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, I saw someone in the chat being like, man, they got all these ads and they still do the ads within the show. Don't know if you guys noticed. We don't do the ads in the show anymore.
Yeah, we don't do the ads.
We fought.
Who the fuck is we?
We fought to not do the ads anymore, and we won. We no longer do the ads. So you're welcome. You're welcome.
And thanks for watching us on connected devices.
Yeah, shout out to Fast.
Shout out to Fast Channel.
Shout out to Samsung, Roku.
Yahoo Sports Network.
Yahoo Sports Network. We're not just on YouTube anymore, Mom.
Is that it? Oh.
What up, boys in the back? John, the barber with a daughter getting her bachelor's.
Oh, yes, an update.
Checking back in to clarify the situation a little bit further. But first,
we need it.
The blunder, GC, from your Miami-inspired fight feast regarding the coffee. Coffee in Miami has to be a colada, has to be drank in a plastic cup.
Plastic cup.
I sent you further details in your DMs.
All right, sweet.
Daughter's graduation. First of all, what university scheduled a graduation on a Thursday?
Yeah.
Exactly my point.
Okay.
Furthermore, graduation is at 3, but my wife has decided that we need to celebrate all day. We have a party bus picking us up at 8:30 p.m., so it's going to be an all-day affair.
Yeah, you're out.
You're out.
You can
You're
see
done.
my problem here with the meet and greet.
Yeah.
In any case, I hear you may or may not be at the Hard Rock, and if that's the case, my daughter may or may not work for administration at Bayside Marketplace, where the Hard Rock is located, and she may or may not be able to hook you guys up with some passes to the amenities around the scene there. So although I would not be able to be there, I would love to contribute to my favorite show, visiting the backyard. So anyways, have fun in Miami.
What do you
Hit me up.
Appreciate you the call, brother. Thank you for the clarifications. We needed those. Maybe the party bus just comes to the Hard Rock.
Yeah, maybe bring the whole party.
Yeah, shout out to Bayside Market. Shout out to Unnamed University. And shout out to your daughter for graduating. Man, that is tough. Miami guy. And then we announce a Miami show, and it's the one day you can't go. Yeah, it's tough.
Now, he mentions this Bayside Market. It looks fantastic. There are a lot of different things there. But what are the amenities we can enjoy? It looks like shopping, so I'm not sure what much like our videographer.
3-hour Miami hip hop yacht party. I'm down.
I am not. My email
Into
is
the mic, please.
What?
Connor, if you could talk into the mic.
What's up, man?
It literally sounds like you're in a bathroom right now.
My email.
Sorry, dude. What's up?
My email is in my X bio. Shoot me an email.
You need to just fucking get a shirt with your email printed on it.
Yeah, it's in there. Send it to me.
Hey, guys, it's in the X bio.
Let me know what this Bayside Market's all about. And
What's your X account so people can find it easily?
New York Rick.
Am I pulling the Crone Gracie here, Frank?
Yes.
Because you're just talking to the mic?
No,
Yeah,
no,
for sure,
no.
man.
Then you
I'm
have
really
to.
excited for the VFL fight this weekend. Yeah, it's just like when I'm doing the stomach breathing, you just gotta really.
My favorite was.
Yeah, I really like all these nicks and knickknacks here, Ariel.
Can I have a water break?
No.
All right, now I will actually give him the water break. He was cutting weight, bro. Come on, man. Have some respect.
For what?
Wow, Frank.
You said it, not me, bro.
Disrespect.
That is disrespectful, man.
And that's all the voicemail.
Hey, super chats. Thank you to everyone for calling
Thank
in.
you,
We really
everybody.
appreciate it, man. Last time of the year. We're going a little long today, but,
hopefully that
we don't want to
Who's to
leave
check?
for 2020. Yes.
Don't forget about us.
Speederpan says, how will Pokegate 2025 and the lack of depth at heavyweight ultimately affect Tom's legacy when it's all said and done? Hashtag I need more iron drops.
I couldn't agree
Give
with you
him one,
more on
first
the
of all.
iron drops, Speederpan.
Give him one, Fred.
I don't have it.
What?
You got rid of iron?
Yeah, because I have it written down as Arn.
You got rid of Arn?
Damn.
That's
anticlimactic.
That's an all-time
Arn! There it is.
A great backstory as well. We have to wait and see on Tom. The book's not done being written, man. If he goes on a fucking crazy run, then none of it'll matter. If he ends up losing his next fight,
I agree with you on that part, but man, we have wasted a lot of Tom Aspinall's time sitting and waiting, and this thing with Cyril now, like,
still only 32. We're in the hurricane right now. We're in the tornado of all of this. Like, we're in the valley, so to speak. Like, we need to just wait and see, man. Have a little patience. The guy wins 2 fights in 2026 and then follows it up with 2 more fights in 2027. All will be forgotten.
Yeah. I feel the pain, though, of how long it's waited to really kick this thing off.
Oh, yeah, and I think the frustration with Tom is definitely starting to set in.
Yep.
Benson Mojo says, my Spotify Wrapped #1 genre was space music. GC, you might like it, given your interest in space videos.
What is space music?
I actually asked him in the chat. I don't think he replied.
Oh, I'd be down to listen to it. I mean, Interstellar, one of the best soundtracks of all time. Anything Hans Zimmer on the keys, I'm down for. Studying to Hans Zimmer music in college, it felt like you were going to find the cure to cancer or something.
Space music or space ambient is a tranquil, hypnotic subgenre of ambient and new age music characterized by electronic soundscapes for relaxation, study, or meditation. So it's like vibe music.
So I would recommend, and I asked them in the chat, there's a group from Norway called Carbon-Based Life Forms.
Oh, wow.
That's like ambient music that's kind of spacey themed. I would recommend it then, if that's what they're talking about. There's also space rock, so we really need to find out which one they were.
Yeah, let's get to the bottom of this. You guys are Rival fans?
I am a Rival over Interstellar.
Insane take, but I do love Arrival.
No, Arrival is goated.
Great.
I'm a Rival over Interstellar, not even like close in my book.
Oh, it is the opposite of it.
Yeah, disagree.
Oh, look at that.
Arrival. Denis all day.
Oh yeah, Amy Adams, Anne Hathaway. What now?
Anne Hathaway with short hair. JP beats AJ, then faces Francis. What a time, right? And then I think that was like a sarcastic face.
No, though.
No, I don't need to. Actually,
Jake's not beating it.
It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy.
No.
Clapback season, Team Frank.
Yeah, clapback season.
What was Frank's clapback?
I think it was during the pound for pound.
All right.
Glorgex says, switching it up. Bad ending, How I Met Your Mother. Not Frank's.
Yeah, How I Met Your Mother's shit.
I never really got into that show. Was the ending that bad?
Shit. It's just stupid. It's shit.
What was the ending? Not meeting the mother?
I can't
Did
remember.
anybody watch this?
What is the ending? How does it happen?
All right, I guess nobody.
It's not Robin. Robin's not the mother. It's some woman.
Robin is who? Robin is
his
the
like
main
love
character?
interest the entire show.
She's not the mom.
Yeah,
People thought she would be.
Yeah. Who did it end up being? How did it end? How I Met Your Mother ending. I recently watched a couple episodes. I was like, the
ending to How I Met Your Mother was he meets the character Kristen Milioti, who I believe is
shit, for
and
real?
then she dies, right?
Penguin. She dies, and then he ends up with Robin anyway. And people were like, "What the fuck was the point of this show?"
Which Robin was like, kind of raised, or like the kids were raised as like the aunt, right?
Yeah, Robin was raised as like they called her Aunt Robin. When you do that with like a close family friend. And she at one point was married to Barney, played by Neil Patrick Harris. Then they got divorced, and then it was not great.
She becomes the de facto mom, like she's the stepmom basically, but they call her aunt.
Well, the whole thing is he's telling this whole story just to be like, so do you guys care if I go over to Aunt Robin's and be like, hey, you want to get back together?
Oh, she's not the stepmom. She's the mother who stepped up.
Wait, so Christina Milioti though is the actual mom?
Correct.
Okay.
She's in maybe like 3 episodes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I rewatched a couple episodes recently. That show's
Not funny.
shit. It's not funny.
No, but
at all.
everybody loved the Barney character. That was like the thing.
I think it's of its time.
Yeah, it's of its time, and then you watch it now with I watched it with someone who had never seen it, and like it's played by Neil Patrick Harris, who is gay in real life. He's like a player in the show, and the person just like was so hung up on that. They were like, he comes out of the closet in the show. I was like, no. Like he's a player. He's straight in the show, and they're like, yeah, but he's gay in real life. I was like,
I mean, you can't be gay in real life and act as a straight
I was like, that doesn't have anything to do with it. Like, just watch the show. And then, like, he hooks up with a woman.
So
like,
he's gay?
But he wouldn't do that. I'm like, it's just a character. And I'm watching this whole episode, and I'm like,
James would never actually be a delivery man.
I thought you were going to say he'd never get Leah Remini, but...
Oh, I thought you were going to say he'd never end up with... is he Chuck or is he Larry? I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry with Adam Sandler.
I don't know which one he is, but yes.
He'd also never be a teacher in Here Comes the Boom.
He'd also be never a painter on TikTok or whatever that
He's
fucking
also in a
viral
new movie
thing
on
was.
Paramount Plus called Guns Up, I believe.
Man, get your P+ propaganda out of here, bro. All right, super chats.
Right, keep going.
I live an hour away from Muckleshoot.
Uh-oh.
The boys in the back can stay with me as we hit Muckleshoot on the way to UFC Seattle.
Debo, appreciate the offer, but I will be staying at Muckleshoot.
Yeah, we can't go to Muckleshoot.
We're not going to Muckleshoot to stay at your house.
Yeah,
bro.
we got to go to Muckleshoot, bro.
What's up, Mr. and Mrs. Debo? We're going over to Muckleshoot later. An hour also. It's not a short amount of time, dude.
It's not that close.
Get the fuck out of here.
We got to get to fucking
We'll
Muckleshoot.
meet you at Muckleshoot, Debo. How's that sound?
And then lastly, I Do Bank Stuff says nothing at all.
I do bank stuff.
That's how we end the year on Super Chats.
Yeah, perfect.
Wow.
No better way.
All right. Thank you for sending in the Super Chats. Thank you for sending in the voicemails. Thank you for watching the boys in the back at any point in 2025. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate it. Hopefully big growth in 2026. The channel continues to get bigger, continues to get better. We keep adding new iterations. 47 episodes down. I cannot believe how fast that went by. I cannot believe we're about to turn to 2026. Hopefully it is another fantastic year. But until then, the boys in the back. Start the music whenever you want, Frank. This is sort of me. Oh, there it is. Uncrowned Saturday. Yeah,
Don't forget about Uncrowned Saturday.
Yeah, there it is. Uncrowned Saturday. I had to get that in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stacked.
Stacked Apex card and PFL card.
You will see us around, but this show, The Boys in the Back, you will not see until 2026.
The Boys in the Back will be in the back, but The Boys in the Back, the actual program, will not be back until January 8th. Until then, try not to miss us too much. Don't forget about us.
We love you.
We'll be back in 2026 for another 47 episodes. But until then, thanks for watching. We're out of here.
Oh.